divest over U.S. security concerns.
The Biden administration punting this to the president-elect Donald Trump. Karine Jean-Pierre saying this in a statement earlier, quote, given the sheer fact of timing, this administration recognizes that actions to implement the law simply must fall to the next administration, which takes office on Monday.
Fox Business's Lydia Hu. President-elect Trump says he must have time to review the situation, also confirming earlier today that TikTok was one of multiple topics in a phone call with China's president. Dangerously cold conditions lead to a change of plans for Inauguration Day, with Monday's swearing-in moved inside the Capitol Rotunda. The president-elect noting that President Reagan also took the oath there because of cold weather in 1985. The nearby Capital One Arena will open for a live viewing of the ceremony, with the president-elect planning to join that crowd after he's sworn in. A confirmation hearing for South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, nominated to be the Homeland Security Secretary.
The Department of Homeland Security is a massive, unwieldy federal agency. If confirmed, Noem must wrestle with the threat of terrorism, cyber attacks, the response by FEMA to natural disasters, and trouble at the Secret Service.
The mission of the department is to secure the homeland and our people. It's our biggest vulnerability right now.
Noem says the Secret Service needs to get back to its core mission of protecting the president, especially after 2 attempts to kill President-elect Trump last year. Noem also fielded questions about potential family separations as President-elect Trump hopes to harden the border and deport those illegally in the U.S.
Fox's Chad Pergram on Capitol Hill. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
This is as warm as it's going to get. Cloudy with temperatures in the 40s downtown. Your radar is clear. Low temperatures to hang around freezing tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:02. Temperatures in the single digits. That's something you'll be dealing with this weekend.
With how many days that we've had below freezing, this snow hasn't had much of an opportunity to melt.
Jason Puma with the National Weather Service says if any snow falls tonight or this weekend, it's only going to be light. Some rain could be in the mix as well. Indy Metro Police are investigating a homicide northwest of downtown near the corner of West Kessler Boulevard and 30th. Officers say a woman was found dead at the scene just after 1 this afternoon with signs of trauma. A person of interest has been detained. They've been sent to a hospital with some self-inflicted injuries. Some of Indy's side streets are still buried in snow and ice. Ryan Hedrick reports.
And the people that live on those streets say they're frustrated with the Department of Public Works because they haven't gotten around to plowing them. Councilor Jesse Brown speaking at a Public Works Committee meeting Thursday.
I've got constituents who've said that their children have slipped and fallen and hurt themselves on the ice while waiting for the school bus as it's sliding up and down residential streets.
The DPW says they're taking care of the 1,400 lane miles of residential streets that aren't included in the city's snow clearing plan. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Not everyone is a fan of new Governor Mike Braun's decision to eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion practices in state governments. One of those who's unhappy is Democrat Earl Harris, who's from East Chicago. He tells Wish TV the timing of this is bad, especially when you see everything else going on in the legislative session.
We have major issues and topics to deal with: health care, housing, property taxes.
He says those topics should be of main focus, not DEI. Braun also announced his 2-year budget proposal, which would cut state spending by about $700 million.
It won't be as hard the first year to find savings. Then the key is, what can you extract year after year? And we'll still be looking for them then.
Braun says he wants to cut how much of your tax money the state is spending. His plan, though, would fully fund Medicare and includes investments in the state's education. Traffic and weather in 60 seconds. It's 3:04.
Hey, Bill, where you been? You're overdue for a haircut.
Man, listen, my water pipes burst and flooded my house. Place is a mess. I've been staying with my daughter till I can figure out what to do.
You trying to fix it and move back in?
No way. It's too big a mess. It'll cost me tens of thousands of dollars. I ain't got that kind of money.
You trying to sell it then?
Well, that's what I'd like to do, but who's going to buy my house in this condition?
Did you call Simple Quarters?
Simple Quarters?
Simple Quarters bought our house when we were in a jam. We needed to move real quick. They closed fast and gave us cash.
Simple Quarters will buy in any condition?
That's right. They buy as is. You don't have to repair anything or clean anything out. It's simple.
What do I have to do?
Just call them. They'll do a quick walkthrough, then they'll make you an offer.
Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to help people in difficult situations. Call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. That's 317-900-HOME. Check us out at simplequarters.com.
The traffic on the 5s at 3:05. Good afternoon, Matt Bear.
What is happening, Harrison? Inbound 69, stop and go traffic 106th Street down to 82nd because of a medical emergency in the right lane. That's a 16-minute delay. Inbound 65 slow roll 21st to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 slow from west to Meridian, Illinois. On the northeast side, northbound 465 still a little bit slow from East 56th Street on up to the 69 interchange. That's because of an earlier stall. It's gone. And just heard of a crash from the scanner at South Keystone Avenue south of I-65 on the south side. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Sunny skies for the day today. It's going to be a bit breezy. Winds may gust upwards of 20 miles per hour and warmer. We're talking about high temperatures today into the upper 30s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox. On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock! Hammer to the Supreme Court upholding the TikTok ban law. Now, this means TikTok is got to sell, like the Chinese. They got to sell it off or be banned in the United States. This is set to take effect on Sunday. The app's no longer going to be available in the App Store, but might still be able, like if you already have it,
right,
then you might still be able to use it. So if you don't have it and you want it, download it now. Who knows what's going to happen?
Should I care more about this? I know this kind of goes down an avenue of free speech and the government telling you what you can and can't do with social media. The Supreme Court kind of tap dance around it today. They basically just sided with what the law would be. But I got to be honest with you. I see people losing their minds on social media about this.
Look, TikTok has like 1 billion monthly active users worldwide as of May of last year.
They do.
I understand why this social media platform is such a lightning rod, and there's a lot of people that make money off of it.
People make a lot of money. I get it. They're influencers. But my God, you would have thought that the United States had just been sold off to another country the way people are flipping out today. Like, I wish people were this passionate about what was happening at the southern border for the last 4 years. I wish people were this passionate about local elections. But instead, we might not get another Jackson Mahomes video, and people are ready to riot in the streets, Nige.
And again, why is TikTok being banned? I think the most basic explanation, there's so many different kinds of levels, and we could get into the weeds, but China maybe mining the data of its users and using it. And I think it's already banned. I certainly wouldn't think.
But man, if you're going to ban things that do that, you're going to have to ban everything.
I understand.
Your iPhone and Alexas and everything.
It's more than that, but I think it's at the very base, at the very essence of what's going on here. I mean, there's 170 million Americans could lose access to this platform. And again, a lot of them make money. I would just assume, like you just said, that yeah, I'm using this social media platform for free. It gets my crap out to a lot of people, a big audience, but in return, they're going to data mine what I'm interested in and try to sell it back to me and sell it to third parties.
Right. Now, Joe Biden has basically said,
well, he's the one that signed the legislation.
But does he remember signing it, though, Nige? Because look at Joe Biden. If he doesn't remember signing it, did it really happen? And I'm not sure he remembers signing any legislation.
If a tree falls in the forest, did you actually hear it fall?
Right.
Is it the same kind of idea? Did I put that right?
So he's kicking the can down the road and letting Trump deal with it. Well, Trump goes to another social media platform, Truth Social, and puts this out today.
Okay.
Quote, I just spoke to Chairman Xi of China. The call was a very good one for both China and the United States. It's my expectation that we will solve many problems together and starting immediately. We discussed balancing trade, fentanyl, TikTok, and many other subjects. President Xi and I will do everything possible to make the world more peaceful and safe. So maybe TikTok was right up there with fentanyl and trade.
That's just what I was thinking. Fentanyl up on the same level as TikTok. Yee. We really know the fentanyl comes from China, makes its way to Mexico. They process it in Mexico, and then they smuggle it across the southern border. Again, all these things are... It's so funny how you put it. Yeah. The trade, the fentanyl, and TikTok. We really need to discuss TikTok. And Donald Trump, to a certain extent, has kind of alluded to the fact that TikTok helped him get elected.
It was a big part. Donald Trump connected with the TikTok audience. And the TikTok audience, they weren't just brainwashed lefties like what Twitter used to be before Elon Musk got there. There were a lot of people that were calling out the bull crap that the Biden administration had done. These independent what are they called? Content creators on TikTok. Yeah. So anywhere where the left can't suppress the bejesus out of people, they either want it banned or have fact checkers come in and do their dirty work.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's why you're hearing Joe Biden talk about how I can't believe that the owner of Facebook is doing away with fact checking. Well, it's because you don't have the narrative anymore. You don't have control of the narrative. And all of a sudden now you're worried about misinformation and disinformation in the public, when it was the Joe Biden administration that was going to these social media platforms like Facebook and saying, hey, you better squash that Hunter Biden laptop story. This is just one example,
right?
By the way, and forget about all the COVID stuff. We could do an entire show on that,
and all the stuff we don't even know about. I guarantee that wasn't the first trip into Zuckerberg's office.
Yeah,
trying to shake down that little wiener. More hearings today in Capitol Hill. Today, the highlight, I think, was Kristi Noem, Homeland Security hearing. Here is the opening statement from Trump's nominee, Kristi Noem.
My goal and my mission is to build trust. We will undertake a large job and a large duty that we have to fulfill, that the American people expect us to do, by securing our border, to make sure that our nation is a nation with borders, or we're no nation at all, and that we are making sure that those criminal actors that are perpetuating violence in our communities and in our cities and towns and states are removed from this country, that there's consequences for breaking the law in our country again.
Kristi Noem said duty.
Say what you want about Kristi Noem. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like her. They don't like the fact that she shot the dog, as she points out in her book. You know, the dog wouldn't shut up, so she shot it, basically. Paraphrasing, of course.
There's some serious paraphrasing in the description of that incident in her book. Yeah, the dog wouldn't shut up, so I shot it. So might have been put a little differently in the action.
She kind of fell out of favor with some people about that, but the question is, can she do this job? She talked today about reinstating Remain in Mexico, getting rid of the CBP One app, stopping the illegal flights, going at all hours of the night to various red states, ending unilateral mass parole. And then Senator Josh Hawley, he got a chance to ask a question. And this was something that the current head of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, could never seem to get right. Is the southern border secure?
Let me just ask you something. I repeatedly asked your predecessor, when he sat where you're sitting, whether the southern border was secure. And he repeatedly told me under oath, it is secure, Senator. And he repeatedly said under oath, our policies are working, Senator, meaning the Biden administration policies that, of course, gave us this devastating open border. So let me just ask you, is the southern border secure as we find it today?
Senator, no, the southern border is not secure today, but in just 3 days, we will have a new president in this country, President Donald J. Trump, and he will secure our border.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Somebody told the truth.
Goodness gracious.
Shocking.
Boy, Christy Nome. Yeah, the dog we had, the dog kept wanting to be fed. I just, you know what? I couldn't deal with it, so I got out the shotgun.
Anyway, vote Nome. Matt Bear standing by. He's got to look at the roads.
Inbound 69, stop and go traffic, 106th Street, 282nd. That's because of a medical emergency blocking the right lane. 8-minute delay. Crash on the south side, South Keystone Avenue at I-65. Crash north side, 60th. Crossing with Michigan Road. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO. Get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Man, it feels like summer outside right now compared to the crap that we've had the last couple of weeks. 45 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Enjoy it now because the low on Sunday, 3. The high on Monday, 13. The high on Tuesday, 13. Wind chills below 0 starting Sunday, moving on. So get outside, go streaking, do what you got to do. Enjoy this right now because it ain't going to get any better. All right, when we come back, an update on the Hammer and Nigel Show Tequila. I've got an update about one of the locations, Nige. We'll talk about that when we come back.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Ooh, up top, bike shop. Yeah.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messelthorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
The holidays are over, and the new year is here, making it the perfect time to think about the future. More specifically, it's the perfect time to think about your financial future. Right now, Howard Bailey Financial is offering a free retirement toolkit, a comprehensive guide designed to help you plan, save, and jumpstart the retirement you deserve. To get your free copy today, text FUTURE to 888-262-1104 and download your free retirement toolkit. Start 2025 off with a gift to yourself, filled with all the tools you need to plan for a positive and purpose-filled future. Just text FUTURE to 888-262-1104 to start planning today. Make this new year your year to invest in yourself and secure a brighter tomorrow, starting today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Maintenance is going to drastically increase the efficiency and performance of your system. It's also going to significantly improve the longevity of it. People think that they are saving money by skipping their maintenance, and in reality, they're just shaving years off the life and increasing the consumption of that unit, spending a lot more in the long term.
Get your tune-up today at Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and stop smoking without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Early bird special only $49.99 guaranteed. Also, lose all the weight and let Mark Patrick hypnosis destroy unwanted cravings. Seminars Thursday, January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30 p.m., stop smoking seminar at 8. Or Saturday, January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
88 unread emails? Okay. New credit card? Delete. Congratulations, you've just won. Goodbye. COVID-19 news and delete. Wait, Learn about treatment options for COVID-19. Know and go. Okay, kind of catchy. Know that oral prescription treatment options are available for COVID-19 if you're at high risk. And go see your doctor if you experience symptoms or test positive. And forwarding that to mom.
Talk to your pharmacist or doctor if you or a loved one gets COVID-19. Know and go. Sponsored by Pfizer.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Family Heating and Air. Nobody cares for you like family. Your American Standard Air dealer.
Yeah. What up? This is Dr. Dre. The party's going on. Thank God it's Friday.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, yesterday, Hammer at Ale Emporium in Castleton, our live show with the rollout of the Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus was incredible.
Oh, man.
What a blast. That was so much fun.
Just hanging out with the listeners, people coming up telling us dirty jokes, showing us dirty pictures.
No, literally, dirty pictures. That guy showed us some sort of picture of his Russian mother-in-law that's a bodybuilder. But she didn't have a top on.
Correct. I don't think she had bottoms on either. I'm not really sure. Some guy came up and said we looked old and fat, which was fun.
But he was still a listener, so I'll take it. Let me guess how old you guys are. Nigel, you look about 53. Hammer, you're about 50.
I don't think you have the accent enough. I think it was way more cartoony and southern.
That was literally a guy walked up to our table. Nigel, you look like you're 52. I'm like, I will be 49 years old in May. Thank you, sir, for coming and buying. He bought a bottle of
he did, man.
Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus. I'm fine with it.
So if you are wanting a bottle, I've been told Greenwood has just ran out, but they've got more on the way.
You say the Ale Emporium in Greenwood.
Yes. Yeah. Ale Emporium. You can get it at a number of locations, the Castleton location, the Fishers location, and Greenwood. Greenwood has already sold out, but they've got more on the way.
Okay.
Because our friends at Hiatus, they got a bunch in stock, and they're going to keep restocking these locations until it's all gone. So according to our contact, our buddy Glaze, they're hoping, that's the key word here, to have more cases in Greenwood by later on this evening, couple hours down the road. So we'll see what happens. So if you're in Greenwood and you haven't got your bottle yet, relax, chill out a little bit. Maybe by this evening, they're going to have more Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus there. Just call before you go, maybe, see if they've got it. I do know that Castleton, they've got a number of bottles. I haven't heard a report from Fishers yet. So if you're in the Fishers area, go up there, buy a bottle, and report back to us. Tell us how they're doing up there.
I got home last night, cracked that sucker open, sat down and watched a few episodes of Landman.
Oh, I love it. I just finished it
with Billy Bob. You were telling me about a certain episode off the air with Ali Larder.
Ali Larder, yes, sir.
Where there's a certain scene where she's scantily clad.
Two people enjoying
love.
Man,
I like her. But yeah, no, I sat down with that tequila, put a little ice cube in it. It doesn't even it's however you want to drink it. So whether Hammer wants to put Diet Mountain Dew in it, it's fine. The nectar of the gods, as you call it.
Thank you.
I prefer to either neat or maybe a couple of glasses of ice.
I'm getting a lesson on sophistication from the kid from Liston.
That's right. Who is currently wearing a Ron John hoodie.
Dude, it looks comfortable as hell, though. Yeah. Like, I love a big hoodie. Like, I still wear 90s clothes when it comes to hoodies.
But the thing is, you wear 90s clothes. I just bought this 2 days ago when I was in Clearwater because I was freezing.
No, but like the sizes in the 90s. Everybody had the big baggy shorts, the big baggy stuff. I love a big hoodie. Like a big hoodie is comfortable, man. It's like walking around with like a blanket with a pocket.
You can buy big hoodies at Hammer and Nigel at the store.
Yes, store.hammerandnigel.com. And if you buy an I hate or I love Rob Kendall t-shirt between now and the end of the month, you get 15% off. And that money all goes to fight human trafficking in the state of Indiana. All right, if our tequila wasn't enough, and again, please go buy your bottle tonight. I know you got some money. You got paid today. Go buy yourself a bottle of Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus. If that alone is not enough for you to drink tonight, Nige, happy 54th birthday to Robert Ritchie, also known as Kid Rock.
Wow.
Kid Rock is 54.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been listening to him for 20 to 24 years. I remember his 30th birthday party. His 40th. Now he's 54?
54. Put on a great show at Carb Day.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
His style, his genre of music, his style has evolved for sure.
He performed at the RNC this year. He was one of the guys that was on that star-studded final night with like Hulk Hogan and Dana White. Kid Rock came out there. I think he did a clean version of American Badass.
Come on, you can't do a clean version of American Badass.
Allison, you saw Kid Rock your last trip to Nashville, right?
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a couple years ago, I guess. We were at a bachelorette party, and we were outside of Kid Rock's
Honky
Tonk, and we were in line, and they had the windows open, and people were freaking out, and the people behind us were like taking videos, and the girls in front of me were like, well, who's that? And I just looked at them and I said,
oh no,
that's the man who owns the bar, Kid Rock.
Right.
And then I looked behind the fans behind me and I said, you guys can go in front of us because these girls don't deserve.
They don't deserve to see Kid Rock.
No, but it was fun. It was great, great time.
You a fan of the music of Kid Rock?
I am.
I know a couple of his songs, but like I'm not gonna lie, I don't rock out on a regular basis.
Okay, I think you're gonna know more than you think.
Okay.
I've got a 7-song Kid Rock montage put together. The over-under is set at 5.5. So Allison has to get 6 or 7 for the over to cash, or anything less than that is the under. And again, he's had hits all over the radio. Yeah. I put the hits in this montage. You over or under?
Ooh. If you put the hits, I'm gonna do over. If you put the all-out hits, which he has a ton,
yes.
I'll do over.
Okay, you've got the over. So Allison can miss 2, and okay, we still got a ball game here. All right, are you ready, Allison?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Fire it off.
Get in the pit and try to love someone.
Yes.
1 for 1. All right.
I put your picture away.
Yes.
2 for 2.
One of his biggest.
With Sheryl Crow here, I believe.
Yes, of course. This is what he was singing on the on stage.
I'm headed out west, sucker.
No.
Oh no!
Wait.
I don't think so.
Uh-oh, there's 2 she's missed.
First kiss.
No, definitely
Big
not.
Nige, and I'ma let you know.
No?
No.
Oh! Uh-oh.
I kind of like it though. I think so, but I think it's because you guys have played it before.
Yes, this is American Badass.
Okay.
So the under, she missed 3. Yeah. How do you miss Cowboy? That was all over the place.
That was his first hit, I think.
That was a monster.
Well, what year was that?
Now I feel old.
90s. It was late 90s for
I was born in 94, guys.
Yeah, that was around 98, 99. Damn it, Allison. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Make you a little anxious. Maybe you haven't reviewed your portfolio in a while. Maybe it's time for a second opinion. Call the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth for a full review and peace of mind. Matt Bear here. Hey, Trajan Wealth approaches wealth management by looking at a longer timeline while factoring in the economic cycle. They're always evaluating the markets for you. Call to schedule a complimentary consultation at 317-480-2020 or visit TrajanWealth.com. As an independent firm, Trajan Wealth can really customize your investing to your hopes and dreams. They're not obligated to one product line, meaning full customization, real customization of your financial portfolio. It's tailor-made just for you. Call the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth to schedule your free consultation. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com today. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. If you want that New Year's resolution to work, you have to get a great night's sleep. And now through Monday, it's our New Year's mattress sale. Every Tempur-Pedic, every Nectar, and every Stearns & Foster mattress, we guarantee you the lowest price, up to 4 years interest-free financing, and free delivery. The mattress sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
I've just been feeling so sluggish lately.
You should try the Metamucil 2-Week Challenge.
The Metamucil 2-Week Challenge?
Yeah, Metamucil 4-in-1 Fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Start your daily routine now, and in 2 weeks, you could be feeling great. Well, it's been 2 weeks. How you feeling?
Lighter and feeling great.
If you want to feel lighter by promoting digestive health, sign up to take the 2-week challenge at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Colder temps on the way. Mostly sunny. 40 degrees downtown. There's no trouble on your radar. Tonight's low drops to about 34. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:32. It's cold, and it's only going to get colder.
With the coldest air really arriving on Monday and Tuesday of next week.
Jason Puma with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says high temperatures will only be near 10 degrees early next week. You could see some light rain and maybe even some snow. The Supreme Court decided earlier today to not block a law that would ban TikTok. Donald Trump may try to keep the app on your smartphone in the state. Senator John Cornyn says there's nothing he can do to rewrite the law banning foreign ownership, but an executive order could give Chinese ownership more time to sell the app. That's all a problem for another day, with Trump not being president quite yet. His inauguration is next week and will have to be moved indoors. Fox's Jared Halpern reports.
President-elect Trump will take the oath of office Monday from inside the Capitol Rotunda. The decision was made, the president-elect says, because the weather forecast for Washington with the wind chill factor could take temperatures to severe record lows. The Rotunda has hosted inaugurations before, most recently for President Reagan's second term in 1985. The National Weather Service is predicting temperatures fall to 22 degrees at noon on Monday. That would make it the coldest inauguration since Reagan's second inauguration, when temperatures plunged to 7 degrees. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Some side streets in Indianapolis are still covered in snow.
I've got constituents who've said that their children have slipped and fallen and hurt themselves on the ice while waiting for the school bus, or talked at home about, do I have to go to school today? It's so scary to be in the school bus as it's sliding up and down residential streets.
Indianapolis Councilor Jesse Brown talking about snowplows having yet to clear every street at a Public Works Committee meeting yesterday. The DPW says they're focused on taking care of those residential streets, which are not the top priority in the city's new snow clearing plan. And your new governor, Mike Braun, is ditching DEI in state government, something not everyone is too pleased about. That includes Democrat Earl Harris of East Chicago.
We have major issues and topics to deal with: health care, housing, property taxes.
He says DEI should be the last of lawmakers' worries heading into the legislative session. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:34.
It's tax time, and tax time is your time to buy a new Nissan and get double your tax refund or down payment only at Andy Moore Nissan of Indianapolis. For a limited time, when you buy any new Nissan, Andy Moore Nissan will double your tax refund or down payment up to $5,000. That means your $1,000 becomes $2,000. Your $2,000 becomes $4,000. Your $4,000 becomes $8,000. This month only, Andy Moore Nissan will double your down payment up to $10,000. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Good credit, bad credit, even no credit. Our credit experts will get you approved with the best terms with as little as $0 down on any new Nissan in stock. Andy Moore Nissan is making deals other dealers won't and approving deals other dealers can't. Andy Moore Nissan, 4302 Lafayette Road, Indianapolis, Indiana.
With traffic at 335, how are the roads looking, Matt Bear?
Harrison Bad coming down from Fishers. It is a crash southbound 69 after 96th Street, blocking 2 left lanes and jamming traffic back to 106th Street for a 17-minute delay. Northwest side crash, Michigan Road at 60th. And then we're looking at southbound 465 on the east side. Stop and go traffic from I-70 down to South Shadeland Avenue. South side eastbound 465 slows from I-65 over to Emerson Avenue. Coming into downtown, eastbound 70 slow from Harding to Meridian, Illinois. Inbound 65 starting to slow down from 21st to Meridian Penn. Crash on the south side, South Keystone Avenue and I-65. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Sunny skies for the day today. It's going to be a bit breezy. Winds may gust upwards of 20 miles per hour and warmer. We're talking about high temperatures today into the upper 30s. I'm Wish TV Storm Tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, keep it locked at 93 WIBC Monday for all the inauguration coverage. Rob Kendall, Casey again. I think Casey Daniels is out in Washington, D.C. going to be covering Donald Trump's inauguration.
Correct. She got a special secret invite after sleeping with Chip Roy.
The representative from Texas? What?
Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but she did get a special invite, and she will be there.
I was stunned just to hear what you had to say there, but we will have all the inauguration coverage.
I was going to say Mitch McConnell, but there's no way that old goat would be able to pull off the deed required.
Well, I heard he has he's got a monthly prescription to hymns.
Oh,
really? China is going to send its vice president to Trump's inauguration, which, look, man, you look at the history of these inaugurations. Foreign leaders traditionally don't attend these presidential inaugurations.
Right.
So now all of a sudden, President Xi, who Donald Trump just got done talking to, now Xi's going to send his underling. I think this is pretty much a sign from Donald Trump saying to the world, yeah, I have influence over these people that are generally our enemies.
100%. This is all about the optics, right? And it can do a number of things. On one hand, it can say, look, if I want to have a conversation with China, I can. We are the superpowers, but we are number one. And also at the same time, look at me. I'm the art of the deal. The last 4 years, this old goat hasn't done anything but embarrass ourselves. People have taken advantage of him. I'm going to bring our biggest rival here. They're going to see me take the oath of office. They're going to know that there's a new sheriff in town. And when I'm ready to have a conversation, I'll be the one that dictates the terms. It could do multiple things here. But more than anything else, it gives us a chance to play the montage of Donald Trump saying the word China.
Oh.
You go over to China, 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 China. I have to have my China. China.
Kind of missed the way the old orange man used to say China.
What? I would love to know the context of that quick clip where he said, I have to have my China. Was he talking about the country? Was he talking about the plates in his cabinet?
Oh, it's got to be the country. There's no way Trump uses plates, right? He's a rapper and a Big Mac guy.
Like the China. Okay. Maybe he puts his Big Mac on a piece of China, a very prestigious and nice.
Maybe he
expensive
cuts a
as China.
Snicker bar with a fork, like George Costanza, and a knife.
I'd love to have my China.
It's a dessert.
Why do we like Donald Trump saying China over and over again? Why do we
It's
like
just
that?
weird. Like, it's weird, but it makes me laugh.
I know.
Like, he goes out of his way just to say it in a quirky kind of way. Now, while the heads of China will be there at the inauguration, some of our movers and shakers will not be. Pelosi, she will not be there. She's going to hop on her broom and fly somewhere else. AOC will not be there. And
Cares.
Michelle Obama will not be there alongside Barack. Barack will be there, but Michelle is not going to be beside him at the inauguration.
She wasn't at Jimmy Carter's funeral either. I'm talking about Michelle Obama.
Maybe there's maybe there's something going on with her and Barack. I don't know. Maybe they're about to get divorced. Maybe, I have no idea. But yeah, she's clearly making a statement by not going to any of these things with her husband right now. The question is, what's that statement? And more importantly, does anybody give a blue rat's ass?
I think this kind of squashes the whole theory of Michelle Obama wanted to be president of the United States. I don't think she has any interest in any politics and appearing in any way, shape, or form. And yes, it probably has something to do with Donald Trump. But she wasn't at Jimmy Carter's funeral either because she was on vacation in Hawaii. You would think, especially the access that is given to these kinds of people where they can travel easily from one place to the other.
Right.
She could have been back in Hawaii that day.
If she changes her mind, though, it wouldn't take that long for her to be the Democratic frontrunner. I'm telling you right now, name me another Democrat that could beat Michelle Obama in a primary for the next presidential election. Gavin Newsom? Not after what we're seeing in California right now.
Way.
And he was supposed to be the one, right? Are they going to trot Kamala Harris back out there? Does she want another beating? That's like when the Buffalo Bills went to back-to-back Super Bowls in the 90s and got their ass whipped every single time.
Whipped.
I think the 49ers beat him really bad. The Cowboys beat him really bad. So I'm telling you, if she wants it, she is the front runner, and it's not even close. President Biden announced earlier today that he would commute the sentences of nearly 2,500 people convicted of nonviolent drug offenses. This is the latest in his series of pardons and commuted sentences that he's doing on his way out the door. Now, this may surprise you a little bit, Nige. I'm not mad at this. Like, if these people have served a lot of time and you feel like they've paid their debt to society, if it's non-violent drug offenses, put an ankle monitor on them, but you tell them, if you get arrested one more time, if we have to even take you in for jaywalking, so help me God, the sentence is going to be twice as long as what it should be. I'm all right with letting these people go. It's the folks on death row that he let go that I have a problem with. Like, if you let more of these people go and put more violent repeat offenders in jail, I'm willing to make that trade.
You didn't let the people on death row go. They're still going to be locked behind bars. The people that you're talking about right now, the 2,500 sentences for nonviolent drug offenses, yeah, they're gone. Yeah. Good
They're
for
gone.
And by the way, this is the President Biden, the most pardons in history for a president. The most pardons and commutations in history. Now, I wonder what makes a violent felon. I hope it's not the people that sold drugs to individuals who ended up dying because of that drug sale. Does that make sense? I mean, like this, somebody ends up making a bad decision, buying what they thought was illegal Xanax, and it's laced with fentanyl, and all of a sudden, you're done. You're letting those people out too? I need to see a breakdown.
And that's a great
see
point.
An Excel spreadsheet, please.
A hardcore fentanyl dealer, I get it. That makes a lot of sense. But if you're going to have the system of ankle monitoring, right? Do it to these people and not somebody that's going to cut it off and murder and rape somebody. The violent repeat of felons. Those are the ones that I want to see locked up. And I don't want to see folks on death row getting off the hook. Now, they're in jail for life. but they're not going to meet their maker. The states and the country have decided these people need to face death for their crimes. The family members have all agreed this is something that we want and we support. And a president who knows nothing at all about these cases decides, nah, just let them sit in there. Taxpayers are going to pay for it. It's fine. That sucks. That sucks bad to me.
I think he knows at the very least that the people that he let off the hook for death row are child killers, are murderers, are cop killers, are killers of other people that they were incarcerated with. He knows damn well.
Right.
God, I hate having to censor myself on this. It's so ridiculous.
Where are we at with these replacements for the Senate? So the Ohio governor, Mike DeWine, announced earlier today that Lieutenant Governor John Husted is his pick to fill the Senate seat that is vacated by J.D. Vance, who will become the vice president.
I don't know who that is.
And down in Florida, DeSantis has picked Attorney General Ashley Moody to be the next senator, replacing Marco Rubio, assuming he gets the full confirmation from the committee in Washington, D.C. He's one of Trump's cabinet pick members. Now, some big names were lobbying for this. I think Byron Donalds wanted a piece of this action in Florida. Laura Trump had talked about it for a little while. Steam kind of fell off that train toward the end. And the last couple of days, I think Donald Trump wanted Vivek Ramaswamy to throw his name in the hat for the Ohio Senate seat. But instead, they're going with Lieutenant Governor in Ohio, John Husted, and in Florida, their Attorney General, Ashley Moody, assuming Rubio gets everything confirmed. Tell me if this does anything for you, Nige. They're having a big concert to benefit the California fires. The lineup is set for January 30th. It's called Fire Aid.
Carrie Underwood?
She will not be performing, but Billie Eilish, Gwen Stefani, Green Day, Katy Perry, Jelly Roll, Sting, Lady Gaga, Stevie Nicks, and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Now, I get it. They're not the ones that started the fire, but does it seem like an awkward booking to have a band who's got the word fire in their name performing at the benefit?
I understand what you're saying. It's a big draw. They're going to raise a lot of money. I don't think it has anything
They
to
go
do
on the
with
stage. We didn't put enough earth and wind in there. You got the fire, but damn, sorry, guys.
Let's hope they raise
Here's
a lot
September.
of money. Let's hope. And then the Carrie Underwood thing with the inauguration. That's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah, she's getting backlash for performing at the inauguration.
Whatever.
I don't think Carrie Underwood gives two damns what people think at this point. She's established enough. She's got a Vegas residency. She's going to be just fine.
I would like to see. I need to go back and look up. I'm not sure if it happened or not, but what about the victims of the hurricanes a couple of months ago, especially the people that are still displaced in North Carolina? I'd like to see that concert lineup.
Oh, Billie Eilish doesn't care about them. Lady Gaga, Pink, Sting, do not care. They hope they rot.
I'm just asking the question. I didn't know whether or not. I was merely curious.
I do like the fact, though, that the Biden administration has said, hey, FEMA, they're willing to give you also $700+ to, get started again. Now, mind you, these homes that burned down in this area of California, $1 million houses. The rich houses burned down, right? Stars live there. Then you've got Biden coming out. Here's $700. Sorry about your house.
Yeah.
What a kick in the crotch. And then signs away more money to go to Ukraine. That's the thing I think that pisses people off more than anything else. I get that it's separate budgets, but as the commander-in-chief, you can move budget money around. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
No other real estate agent I'd trust to sell my home or to find me a new one. In fact, I don't consider Mark Dietel just any real estate agent. He's a real estate expert right here in Indy. There hasn't been a problem. There hasn't been a situation he couldn't handle. How about Katie and Chris in Perry Township? Their marriage was ending, but they were both ready to sell the house and move forward with their lives as soon as possible. Mark Dietel understood the situation, made it happen fast and easy. Their home sold for more than they anticipated in just 20 24 hours.
Mark Dietel is the best in the business because of the guarantee. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. That is what separates Mark Dietel from the competition. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Call Mark Dietel today. At least start a conversation. 317-755-4232 or go to markdietel.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
Hey, diamond lovers. Shane Company knows fine jewelry. That means a lot when you're looking for a dream engagement ring, a beautiful keepsake, or the perfect gift. When it's this important, you want someone who knows exactly how to work with your budget. Not against it. Someone who knows you deserve a piece more beautiful than you've ever imagined. Through 4 generations as a family business, we've always sourced our diamonds and gemstones directly, cut out the middleman, and passed the savings on to you. Come see us in store and compare our wide selection of diamonds, rubies, and a rainbow of sapphires in different shapes and sizes. So many in stock and ready to take home today. Create your dream engagement ring in 3 easy steps. Or pick a perfectly preset ring that's created by our in-house design team. Browse our selection of fine jewelry gifts for everyone in your life, from diamond and gemstone studs to must-have tennis bracelets and beautiful birthstone necklaces. With our everyday competitive prices and unmatched free lifetime warranty, Shane Company is your go-to destination for fine jewelry. Visit shaneco.com and come in to see for yourself. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Oh, man, had an incredible evening at Ale Emporium in Castleton yesterday. The Hammer and Nigel rollout of the Hammer and Nigel Tequila by hiatus exclusively at Ale Emporium. You can pick up your unique bottle at any Ale Emporium location near you, including Castleton, Greenwood, and Fishers.
You must be 21 or older to purchase. Slow down. Enjoy your hiatus.
I've just been feeling so sluggish lately.
You should try the Metamucil 2-week challenge.
The Metamucil 2-week challenge?
Yeah, Metamucil 4-in-1 fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Start your daily routine now, and in 2 weeks, you could be feeling great. Well, it's been 2 weeks. How you feeling?
Lighter and feeling great.
If you want to feel lighter by promoting digestive health, sign up to take the 2-week challenge at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Christmas has come and gone. You got some great gifts, and now you're realizing you've got new firearms, and you may not need all those old firearms. Now is the time to talk to Premier Arms in Brownsburg. Check out the buy room and find out how much you can get for your used firearms. They're the best at giving top dollar for your used firearms. Talk to Premier Arms today. 3754 South Green Street in Brownsburg. 317-858-3030 and online at premierarms.com.
Join Mark Patrick Seminars and lose the weight guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings, late day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also, stop smoking with Mark Patrick without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Seminars January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30, stop smoking seminar at 8. And January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
If you need health coverage due to a life change, healthcare.gov is here for you. Like it was there for Terrence and Jody when they got married, and Sophia when she had a baby, and Gary when he moved and needed new insurance. There are many other ways to qualify. Visit healthcare.gov today to see if you're eligible to enroll. Limited time to enroll. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Did you get a heating and air conditioning quote that you're just not sure of? Give us a call for a free second opinion.
317-577-8077 for Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Never miss your favorite shows on WIBC. Get your content to go. Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, Tony Kennett, The Gun Guy, Home and Garden. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
So, Allison, you inform us there was a concert for the hurricane victims in Carolina?
Yeah, in October in Charlotte, North Carolina, they called it the Concert for Carolina. It was like Luke Combs, Eric Church, James Taylor. So they did have one.
Well, good. There we go. Matt Baer, what's up?
Looking at eastbound 465, stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Inbound 69 crash and clear. Still stop and go from 106th Street to 465. 16-minute delays. You make your way through that. Northwest side crash, Michigan Road at 60th. South side crash, that's Keystone Avenue at I-65. And eastbound 73-minute delay from Belmont to Meridian, Illinois. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, 45 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Went a little long talking about the previous stuff, but when we come back, an update on our charity bowling event. We've got all the information coming up next.
The holidays are over, and the new year is here, making it the perfect time to think about the future. More specifically, it's the perfect time to think about your financial future. Right now, Howard Bailey Financial is offering a free retirement toolkit, a comprehensive guide designed to help you plan, save, and jumpstart the retirement you deserve. To get your free copy today, text FUTURE to 888-262-1104 and download your free retirement toolkit. Start 2025 off with a gift to yourself, filled with all the tools you need to plan for a positive and purpose-filled future. Just text FUTURE to 888-262-1104 to start planning today. Make this new year your year to invest in yourself and secure a brighter tomorrow, starting today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Where can you kick off the new year with big savings on gig speed? Only with Xfinity, now through January 30th. Get gig internet at home for $25 a month for 1 year when you add an unlimited mobile line, which connects you to gig speed Wi-Fi on the road. Act fast today and save more than $650 over AT&T and Verizon in your first year. Plus, hurry and take advantage because right now you can also get a free 5G phone with trade-in. So save big and stay connected to what you love with fast gig speed internet and mobile. From home to hotspots, this new year, it's all about gig speeds and big savings. Don't wait and get gig speed internet. Spend less green and switch to Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com/gig savings to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. $40 internet discount applied to mobile bill. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary. Savings compared to Verizon Fiber Gig Plus 1 Unlimited Welcome Line and AT&T Fiber Gig Plus 1 Unlimited Starter Line. Xfinity internet required. Reduced speeds after 30 gigabits of usage per line. Data thresholds and actual savings vary.
According to industry experts, heating costs are going up again this year, up to 23%. If you're tired of turning up the heat in the morning and the furnace working overtime, it's time to call Window Nation.
50% off all style of windows. Plus, you don't pay anything. No interest for 2 years. Call right now, 866-90-NATION, or go to windownation.com. Windownation.com. Be sure to tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
That's are us. When dreams don't in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't in, that's are us.
Indy always shows up and shows out for the biggest game.
And Turner delivers.
It's a big game and a special night when the Pacers and 76ers tip off on Saturday.
Here comes Indiana again, and Siakam throws it
it down.
Catch the Pacers and 76ers Saturday for Lucas Oil Family Night. Family Night tickets start at just $25 and include a Pacers hat, hot dog, chips, and a small Pepsi product. Get your tickets at pacers.com/family. Pacers 76ers Saturday at 7.
Your local news coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recyclers Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
Time's running out for TikTok. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. As the U.S. Supreme Court upholds a federal law that forces the app's Chinese parent company to divest or face a ban of the popular platform in the U.S. The deadline is this Sunday.
President Biden appears to be punting to President-elect Trump to implement the law. Trump says on Truth Social he'll make a decision in the not too distant future after he has a little bit of time to review the situation. He has promised in the past to save the app. It's possible that Trump taps into a provision of the law that would delay the ban by up to 90 days if there is significant progress toward a sale.
Fox Business's Grady Trimble, billionaire entrepreneur Frank McCourt tells Fox Business his offer to buy TikTok, along with investor Kevin O'Leary, should qualify as grounds for a delay.
We are ready to get this deal done. And let's just get the parties to the table, finalize it. It can be done extremely quickly.
He also says if the app temporarily goes dark and loses users, it could affect the value. President-elect Trump will take the oath of office inside the Capitol Rotunda Monday instead of outside.
The decision was made, the president-elect says, because the weather forecast for Washington with the wind chill factor could take temperatures to severe record lows. The Rotunda has hosted inaugurations before, most recently for President Reagan's second term in 1985.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The federal judge who oversaw the now dropped election interference case against the president-elect has just sentenced a man to 10 days in prison for his role in the Capitol riot. Judge Tanya Chutkin using Brian Kelly's sentencing to criticize any effort to downplay what happened on January 6th. The president-elect is expected to consider pardons for rioters on a case-by-case basis. The judge says even those who did not commit violence were part of an effort to stop the peaceful transfer of power. Wall Street rallies. The Dow up 334 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
More cold on the way. 40 degrees, mostly sunny in the circle. No concerns on radar at the moment. 34 is your low tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:02. Temperatures will fall, and you could even see some light rain and snow this weekend.
In fact, highs may only get up near 10 by Monday. I'm John Herrick, and that's the message from Jason Puma at the National Weather Service.
And then Monday night, we'll be seeing lows below zero, around -3. And on Tuesday, we'll only have highs near 8 degrees in Indianapolis, probably one of our coldest days yet this year.
But he says you'll start to see temperatures gradually warm up starting next Wednesday. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indy Metro Police are investigating a homicide northwest of downtown near the corner of West Kessler Boulevard and 30th Street. Officers say a woman was found dead at the scene just after 1 this afternoon with signs of trauma. A person of interest has been detained. They were sent to a hospital with some self-inflicted injuries. Police are still looking into the whole thing. More than 6 inches of snow still has not been plowed off some side streets in Indianapolis. Councilor Jared Evans questioned Thursday a 2020 policy change that prioritized connector streets over the 6-inch rule.
What's the threshold? Is it 12 inches? And then when I hear about the policy change, you could have easily changed the policy for connector streets without touching the 6-inch rule. You didn't have to move on the 6-inch rule. You could have just said, we're going to do connector streets at 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches.
At Thursday's Public Works Committee hearing, Evans said this year's snow removal response is the worst he's ever seen. Not everyone's a fan of Governor Mike Braun's decision to eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion practices in state government. One of those is Democrat Earl Harris of East Chicago. He tells Wish TV the timing of the whole decision is bad, especially when you look at all the other issues being discussed this legislative session.
We have major issues and topics to deal with: health care, housing, property taxes.
Harris says those topics are of greater importance than DEI. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:04.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Zero Res, and here's some really great news. Zero Res has gone flat out for the new year with their biggest and best sale of the year at 24% off all their services. All I can say is wow. Zero Res techs do it all when it comes to cleaning, and not just carpets. But also tile and rugs and upholstery and literally every surface in your home can be Zero Resified, including your air ducts. It really is the best time of year to call the cleaning pros at Zero Res, and they're sure doing their part with this 24% off all their great cleaning services. And with their Gotta Love It guarantee, they're going to make sure your investment with them is a great experience that you'll never, ever regret. There's nobody better at cleaning than Zero Res. The Zero Res service is easy to line up, and you can go online at ZeroResIndy.com to do the scheduling at your convenience. Just call them and mention WIBC. It's Zero Res. Call 317-388-5141 or book things online at ZeroResIndy.com. That's ZeroResIndy.com.
Traffic on the 5s at 4:05. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Harrison, looking at southbound 69, stop and go traffic from 106th Street to 465, 11-minute delay. Looking at a crash, it's downtown, southbound 65, 70 between the north split at Michigan Street on the left shoulder, and slowing us back into the north split and onto westbound 70. Inbound 65 is now stop and go from 21st to the north split. Crash northwest side, Michigan Road at 60th. Crash south side, South Keystone Avenue at I-65. Traffic sponsored by Staples Stores, your local Staples Stores. Hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Sunny skies for the day today. It's going to be a bit breezy. Winds may gust upwards of 20 miles per hour and warmer. We're talking about high temperatures today into the upper 30s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
I got to tell you, Hammer, last night, the show that we did, I was living a dream. We were in a bar, one of the most iconic, famous restaurants in Central Indy, Ale Emporium, up there in Caston, off Allisonville Road. Been there for decades. And we were releasing we had the rollout of the Hammer and Nigel tequila by Hiatus.
And rave reviews on it so far.
I know, and it's the Ale Emporium, it's supposed to be available at all the ales in Castleton. There's one in Greenwood and Fishers. The one in Greenwood ran out. That's okay. We've got more on the way, from what I understand. So if you want a bottle of the Hammer and Nigel tequila by Hiatus, just please be patient if you're on that side of town. I just felt like so grateful to be there and hanging out and having a show and eating the hermanaki and drinking the tequila. We have something else on the horizon now that was so much fun last year. We're doing it again the second time around. Hit us. Hit me, man. Let's just do it.
The Hammer and Nigel Show charity bowling event, Red, White, and Bowl, is back, and it is sponsored and presented by Jack Daniels, Nige. Jack Daniels. This is a big deal, man. This sold out last year. How fun was this event last year? Remember?
I can't even describe it. It was so... I had a bunch of my neighbors out, had a couple of lanes, you know what made it fun was the people that came out took it seriously. This was like a real thing. Like, I'm not talking about just people having drinks and going bowling. There were teams out there that were having contests.
Oh, yeah. The winners of the whole thing last year. For those who are taking it seriously, the winners get to come back for free this year. And I've already talked to the people that had the best score. They're excited. They're ready to come back. So, yeah, man, this is a big deal. We're raising money to help local veterans here. The charity group that we're working with is Bowlers to Veterans Link. It's a nonprofit with a mission to enhance the lives of America's veterans, Indiana's veterans, active duty service men and women through recreational therapy programs. Bowling falls into that category. So some of the money that we raise here is going to help out some of the brave men and women who have defended our country here, Nige. And it's February 28th, Woodland Bowl, same location. It's a Friday. It's a beer sample Friday, February 28th, 6 p.m. to 9. For an individual, let's just say you're one person and you want to go to help out, it's $80 a ticket.
And we'll throw you on a team.
Yeah, we'll get you a team. $80 for an individual ticket. For a lane of six bowlers, $480. Now, with your ticket price,
it's like $80.
Yeah,
right.
$80 for an individual ticket.
Yeah,
Let's say you get a pizza buffet, 3 hours of bowling, a complimentary beer, access to the silent auction, the opportunity to win a number of great prizes. And of course, you and I, Nigel, are going to be walking up and down the lanes, hanging out with people, drinking some beers. We're playing.
I'm playing. I remember Todd Rokita had a team there last year. Rokita wasn't there, the attorney general, but he sent his staff there.
Yeah.
And they were
some of them had an "I Hate Rob Kendall" T-shirt on.
Yeah, exactly. And then they were trying to bet on some of the more expensive auction items. And I texted Todd Rokita, "Hey, your guy is wanting to bet on this $600 cooler. Is that okay?" And I think he just responded, "Who is this?" No, it was fun.
If you would like to go, get your people ready. If it's just a couple of you, that's okay. We'll make sure you guys stay on the same team. You know, we're not going to split people up. Buy your tickets now. This did sell out last year. And if you want a full lane of 6 bowlers, $480, individual ticket $80. Go to the events page of WIBC.com, the website. Go to events and look for Red, White, and Bowl, presented by Jack Daniels. We're also going to put the information up on our Twitter and Facebook. I think it's up there right now, actually. So click on the link. It will take you to where you can buy tickets. And, man, this could be a good time.
Who is the worst bowler of the two of us? I think it's me, for sure.
Yeah, but, I think more is expected of me because my son bowls in college.
Yes.
But don't get it twisted. He didn't get it from me. I stink. But I'm better than you.
Oh, man, I'm so bad. I am so bad. You don't want me on your team, but I'm going to stick around and have beers and bowl with everybody.
And remember those little samples that our friends from Jack provided last year?
Oh, yeah.
Jack Daniels?
Yeah.
Ooh, boy. Those got me into trouble.
Yeah, bring extra.
Yes.
This year.
So, yeah, buy your tickets to this. It's such a great cause, helping out veterans. And we're honored to be part of this. And let's do it. Let's raise as much money as we can. Let's get some awesome silent auction items. If you're a business that wants to provide an item, reach out to us. We'll put it in the mix. And let's have a good time helping out Bowlers to Veterans Link, February 28th, Woodland Bowl, 6 to 9. Buy your tickets at WIBC.com, the events page, or check out our social media at Hammer and Nigel. Real quick, before we go over to Matt Baer in the traffic department, which, by the way, Matt will be joining us for a longer segment coming up here at about 4:35.
Cool.
I want to pass this on because I got some inside information, Nige. Multiple, not just one, multiple friends of mine in Indianapolis, Marion County law enforcement thought it would be interesting if I passed this information on. And again, I love having these types of friends. These are the good guys, right? So we've been talking about the homicide rates in Indianapolis for a while.
Years.
The last 5 years, over 200 homicides. And last year, despite Boss Hogsett, who, by the way, his office still having a sexual harassment scandal, tried to do a victory lap because the number wasn't a record this year. It was slightly down, but still over 200, which is unacceptable. So here's what these weasels at the mayor's office, and I'm willing to bet the prosecutor is probably enjoying this too. They're going to try to pull off only reporting criminal homicides, because homicides can be multiple things. It could be a good guy killing a bad guy. That falls into the homicide category. And listen, I am all in on that. Like the Greenwood Park Mall shooter. Technically, that was a homicide, but he's not going to jail for it. It was self-defense.
Happened outside the Traders Point area a couple days ago.
Great example.
Yeah, the guy ended up dying. He was an assailant trying to rob somebody. The guy shot him and he died. To your satisfaction, right. I believe.
Right. Justifiable homicide, as I believe it's called. And listen, I'm all for that. But the way the numbers have been presented have always been overall homicides. Now, because the city wants to create the narrative that homicides are way down under the leadership of Joe Hogsett, they're only going to be reporting on the criminal homicides, which is going to take down quite a few, and also expect a lot more, and I'm going to use air quotes here, death investigations. Because a death investigation is not technically a homicide. So what that means, and this is the way it was explained to me, if an officer comes up to what's clearly a crime scene and somebody has bullet holes in their torso and they've been sawed in half, well, there's no witnesses. There's nobody here. We don't know that it was a homicide, so we're going to call this a death investigation. This is how the city is going to try to fool you with the homicide numbers. So just know that. It's early in January, and I want to make sure everybody knows the crap that the mayor's office is trying to pull and trying to do fuzzy math, as Bush once said. Don't buy it. Do not buy it. It's always been all homicides that have been reported to the media. That should always be the case. That's how you find out how you have done year to year. Now, if you want to compare it to the population, that's fine. But I know last year, Indianapolis had a higher homicide rate per capita than the city of Chicago. Let that sink in. So do not fall for this. Multiple people I know that work in law enforcement have told me this is the latest little trick that Boss Hogsett's trying to pull on you guys, reporting the homicide numbers. It's got to be all or nothing, Joe. Don't try to pull this just criminal crap. It's always been reported all, so this is what we're going to do. Everybody that's listening, do not fall for these numbers that the mayor's going to try to shove up your backside here. This guy is such a weasel. Such a weasel. He's got nothing to show for his mayorship, by the way. Dude's been the mayor forever. His legacy is the alleged drunk guy that went to rehab when the city burned. He wasn't here when a riot broke out. That's his legacy.
He's building some hotel.
Government-funded hotel, and maybe MLS is still in play. Maybe we'll get something with the sexual harassment scandal in his office. I don't know, but I'm just telling you right now, do not fall for the numbers that they're going to try to throw at you. All right, Matt Bear, what's up?
Southbound 6570 crash between the North Split and Michigan Street. The left lane is closed. Traffic stopped into the North Split. Backing up westbound is 70 by about a half mile, and inbound 65 stop and go from West Street to the North Split. Inbound 69 stop and go traffic from 106th Street down to 82nd. That is a 7-minute delay. Eastbound 465 stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue over to I-69, 18-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the thing that I enjoy, Nige, is I know there are folks in the mayor's office that heard that and they're upset. They're ticked off. But guess what? They're not going to find my sources. More people like me than like Joe Hogsett, Joe. And you might be surprised. It's not just one. It's not just two. The minute this little news came out, guess who they all come running to? I'm just throwing that out there. Right now, man, feels like tropical compared to the last couple of weeks. 45 and sun at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Up next, a fun round of Is This Anything?
Does the thought of retirement make you a little anxious? Maybe you haven't reviewed your portfolio in a while. Maybe it's time for a second opinion. Call the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth for a full review and peace of mind. Matt Bear here. Hey, Trajan Wealth approaches wealth management by looking at a longer timeline while factoring in the economic cycle. They're always evaluating the markets for you. Call to schedule a complimentary consultation at 317-480-2020 or visit TrajanWealth.com. As an independent firm, Trajan Wealth can really customize your investing to your hopes and dreams. They're not obligated to one product line, meaning full customization, real customization of your financial portfolio. It's tailor-made just for you. Call the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth to schedule your free consultation, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com today. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Mark Patrick Seminars and lose the weight guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings, late day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also, stop smoking with Mark Patrick without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Seminars January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30, stop smoking seminar at 8. And January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com. Dents happen. There's a whole lot of stuff that can mess up the look of your vehicle. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal that saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. Hail baseballs, kids, fender benders, shopping carts, flying cows, angry X's, and anything else that leaves dents. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
88 unread emails? Okay. New credit card? Delete. Congratulations, you've just won. Goodbye. COVID-19 news and delete. Wait, learn about treatment options for COVID-19. No and go. Okay, kind of catchy. Know that oral prescription treatment options are available for COVID-19 if you're at high risk. And go see your doctor if you experience symptoms or test positive. And forwarding that to mom.
Talk to your pharmacist or doctor if you or a loved one gets COVID-19. Know and go. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 40-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term life insurance may only cost you about $100 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance to buy $1 million of affordable term life for you. All you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-239-1749. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-239-1749. 800-239-1749.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Family Heating and Air. Nobody cares for you like family. Your American Standard Air dealer.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Big Nige.
Come on.
Is this anything? A Southwest Airlines pilot was arrested at the Savannah Hilton Head International Airport for DUI.
No.
Here are two passengers talking about him getting taken off of the plane.
My husband just kind of looked over and he goes, "That's odd. There's a police officer on the plane."
And when they walked out with the pilot, my first comment to her was, "He's drunk." His face was red. He looked like he'd been out or tired or just hadn't slept.
Yeah, don't have any details on this. I would think that probably he was hungover from the night before. I don't know why. Just a feeling I have. I've seen the movie Flight with Denzel Washington many, many, many times. Denzel plays Whip Whitaker. Huge drunk. Hammered on cocaine and screwdrivers when he saved that entire plane of people, inverted it and landed it. And no way am I ever excusing this. This is awful.
What was the name of the character in that movie again?
Whip Whitaker, Denzel's character. And
Memo to Whip. You never want to be in a position where Nigel calls you a huge drunk Let that sink in.
Well, I mean,
Nigel thinks you are a huge drunk.
Have you ever seen Flight?
I have not.
Allison, have you ever seen Flight with Denzel Washington? It's amazing. It's an incredible movie. I believe it's Robert Zemeckis who did.
He did Airplane, didn't he? Was that the Zemeckis brothers?
No, the Abraham brothers. I don't think it was Zemeckis. Robert Zemeckis did like Forrest Gump and Back to the Future and stuff like that. But the movie Flight, Denzel played a huge drunk that could basically fly a plane in his sleep. Not that that's an excuse, but the whole idea of that movie was, yeah, he was drunk, but he saved pretty much everybody on the plane because the plane was malfunctioning. And he still, again, I would rather not have my pilot imbibing either during or the night before.
Okay.
Just saying.
Well, let me ask you this. Would you rather have drunk pilot that knows what he's doing or the DEI hire that really wasn't going to get hired to begin with, but it checked a box, and lo and behold, we got to give him keys to the plane?
I'm going with the sober person. I'm going with the person that's
Give me the drunk. Give me the drunk. The drunk's qualified to be there.
That's messed up.
The drunk is qualified to be there.
That is a messed up question. I had not even thought about that.
On Twitter, at Hammer and Nigel, would you rather have the DEI hire that no way would have gotten a job there had it not been for the color of their skin or ethnicity?
Or would you rather have Whip Whitaker, the character from Flight?
Correct. Whip Whitaker or the DEI hire that shouldn't be there?
That is a messed up. I'm going with sober. Okay?
Okay, give me Whip. Is this anything?
So bad.
Cops in London saved a woman who called and pretended to order a pizza because she was in trouble but couldn't say so. Here is the call. So she was in trouble, but she was acting like she was ordering a pizza.
Oh, using code words.
Right. And the folks on the other end, the first responders picked up on it. Here's the call that was made to the authorities.
Hello, police. What's the emergency?
Pizza delivery.
Pizza delivery? Do you require pizza delivery or do you require the police? If it's the police, say yes.
Yes.
Is the person that's scaring you at the property now?
Yes.
No problem, police are coming, okay? If he threatened to hurt you, tell me pepperoni. If he threatened to hurt the children, tell me cheese.
Pepperoni.
Okay, the police will be with you very, very shortly, okay?
I don't think we needed the pepperoni or cheese question. Just get the cops over there. We knew it was a domestic situation. I like this, although at the same time, like, I don't know the circumstances here, Hammer. Would you, like, when the lady said, hey, is he threatening to hurt you, say pepperoni?
Right.
If he's threatening to hurt the kids, say cheese. I don't think it matters at that point.
But if you want that call to sound realistic, though, if you don't want this guy or whoever it is that's about to beat the hell out of her or kill her to think he's calling the police, you've got to make it sound like you're ordering a pizza, right? So not only does she get some intel, it keeps the whole lie alive. Does that make sense?
I guess my point was, if you are the guy that is the aggressor, are you buying that all of a sudden in the middle of all this chaos that I'm causing and all the lives I'm threatening and everything else, oh, okay, she's going to call and order a pizza. Go ahead. I'll get back to the aggression here in just a second after you get off the phone with Pizza Hut.
But again, we don't know the circumstance. Maybe there were kids. Maybe she was like, please, let me just get them some food and you can do whatever you want to me. I have no idea. There might not have been kids there at all. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how this would have made sense.
Okay, well, you're the guy that wants the drunk flying you on an airplane rather than the DEI hire that's sober.
True or false? The drunk landed the plane and saved people.
It's a fictional.
True or false? Answer the question. This is a congressional hearing. True or false? Answer my question. Did Whip save people? Yes or no? Answer my question.
He did save pretty much the entire plane.
Thank you. I cede my time to Allison. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Woo! Up top, bike shop.
Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messelthorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800-948-1659.
I'm Patrick McCaffrey, basketball player at Butler University. In 2023, I stepped away from the game and got professional help when anxiety started to overwhelm me. If you're having a mental health crisis, assistance is available for you too. Just call the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, where a trained specialist will give you immediate support. That's what helped me, and it can help you too. Call 988. When you need someone who gets you, they got you.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Job's not done yet for your furnace, that is. 41 degrees and mostly cloudy over the monuments. All clear to radar. 34 is your low tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:31. It's cold, and it's only going to get colder.
With the coldest air really arriving on Monday and Tuesday of next week.
Jason Puma with the National Weather Service says high temperatures will only be near 10 early next week. You could see some light snow as well. A lot of side streets in Indianapolis are still covered in snow and even ice. Some people who live on those roads are frustrated that DPW hasn't gotten around to plowing them, says Councilor Jesse Brown.
I've got constituents who've said that their children have slipped and fallen and hurt themselves on the ice while waiting for the school bus, or talked at home about, do I have to go to school today? It's so scary to be in the school bus as it's sliding up and down residential streets.
Brown at a Public Works Committee meeting yesterday, the DPW says they're focused on clearing the 1,400 lane miles of residential streets which aren't part of the city's snow clearing plan. Some parents say they're happy that TikTok is close to being banned in the U.S. as of Sunday. Not everyone feels that way, though.
I don't make no money out of it. I just watch it, so, you know.
I feel like TikTok is one of those things where you start to learn more about life itself. So it's like, it's just that girl, honestly. I mean, where can we go? Honestly, like, back to Instagram, it's so boring.
Some Hoosiers say they find the app educational and enjoyable. Others find it concerning. Donald Trump may try to keep that app on your smartphone. Here in the U.S., Senator John Cornyn has said there's nothing he can do to rewrite a law banning foreign ownership, which the Supreme Court decided to allow to go into effect. But an executive order could give Chinese ownership more time to sell that app, possibly allowing it in the U.S. And your governor, Mike Braun, wants to cut how much of your tax money the state is spending. His 2-year budget proposal would slash state spending by about $700 million.
It won't be as hard the first year to find savings. Then the key is what can you extract year after year, and we'll still be looking for them then.
Along with that, Braun's plan would fully fund Medicare and also has some investments in Indiana's education. A positive end of the week on the market. The Dow finished up by 334 points to close at 43,487. The Nasdaq finished up by 291 to 19,630, and the S&P 500 and the green by 59 points to 5,996. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:34.
Are you thinking this year I want to look and feel better and get my hair back? We Grow Hair Indy can help you do just that. I'm Rob, and I got my hair back at We Grow Hair Indy. Here's Darren Andrews, clinic director, to tell you why I chose them.
For nearly 20 years, we've helped thousands of clients grow their hair back, and we can help you. We're one of only 2 places in the entire country to offer the Artist Robotic FUE and multi-unit hair grafting.
I got multi-unit hair grafting. I love the results and cannot believe how much hair I got back. I can't recommend them enough. Call right now, 317-522-2995 for a free evaluation. Great technology, great company, great people, great results. Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com, see my results, and call 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Don't you want to say, I got my hair back?
The traffic at 4:35. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison crash clear downtown. Southbound 6570 of Michigan Street slow back to rural. And inbound is 65 about 4 minutes from 21st to Meridian Penn. Looking at inbound 69 stop and go traffic 106th Street to 465. Northbound 465 on the northwest side slows 86th Street up to 865. Coming into downtown from the west side eastbound 73-minute delay from Harding to Meridian, Illinois. And on the east side southbound 465 stop and go traffic 70 to Washington Street. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for kitchen and bath design centers at 146 and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Sunny skies for the day today. It's going to be a bit breezy. Winds may gust upwards of 20 miles per hour and warmer. We're talking about high temperatures today into the upper 30s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, I'm Nigel. That's Jason Hammer right there. Make sure and check out WIBC.com. Go to Hammer and Nigel, the Red, White, and Bowl. Presented by Jack Daniels event to help veterans happening February 28th. Again, our big bowling event. The second annual bowling event. I can't tell you how many years we fought for this. We wanted to do this. And then Woodland Bowl just said, yeah, come on, let's do it. And you can buy tickets right now. Get your team signed up. You can do individual things. It's all portion of the proceeds going to charity, man. I can't wait. Friday, February 28th.
Sold out last year.
Last year it did.
Sold out. All the lanes, all the tickets, so jump on it.
And I think we're opening up more lanes this year, by the way.
Good. Love it. Love it. Matt Bear, the traffic beast, joins us in studio. Matthew, how are you?
I'm fantastic. The sun is shining. I don't believe it. It's a miracle.
No, right? Like, our expectations of weather are so low. It's like 45 outside, wind chills probably around 40, and we're like, well, hell, I don't even think I need a coat tonight.
I almost went sleeveless. I really did. I was so excited.
I almost went pantless.
It's Tuesday, you know? It's a day that ends with Y.
So I've been hearing about this on the news from our Harrison Silcox and our various other news reporters today. I guess things have gotten pretty heated in the city about snow plows and removal of the snow that happened earlier this month from the residential neighborhoods.
Yeah, there was a big meeting last night, guys, about the first snow and the lack of attention to some of the side streets, like the addition streets that you would live in on the south side, north side, you know, it really getting into the neighborhoods. A lot of these streets weren't plowed. As a matter of fact, even as far out today, I read a Twitter, a post that said, yeah, somebody donated in our street and then hit our car and went into the quarter panel. And I thought that was interesting that these kind of accidents are still happening on the side streets, even though, we're like a week out.
And we're not talking about like 70 or 65, 465. We're talking about when you pull into your driveway at home. If you turn down the street that you live on, chances are it wasn't touched
That's the thing, and that's the complaint, and that's what this meeting was about. They got together with the public, the city, county council, and DPW, and the council and the public were kind of like, hey, what's the deal here, guys? What's the policy? Well, what had happened is back in 2020, the policy shifted. It kind of went from the side streets, these addition streets, out to what they call connector streets, which would be the major ones like Kentucky Avenue, Fall Creek Parkway, Southeastern, which we want plowed.
Sure.
But with that, there was some sort of decision, some sort of change that said, okay, but if we go into the side streets anymore, we're going to damage the streets, cause more ice, so we can't do that. And it seems really nonsensical.
That sounds like an excuse from somebody real lazy. If we do the side streets, it'll make it worse. We're going to the bar.
Yeah. Never mind the people that need to go get their medication. Never mind the people that have to go out and get groceries. Elderly people, with a license. We're just not going to worry about these side streets. So they have the meeting. People voiced their displeasures, and some serious things were said. And I think there's going to be a look at this policy. Hopefully, the plan is to get together with city leaders and city, county council, DPW, all that, and get this resolved before the council actually has to go and pass an ordinance. That's the thing.
It sounds like the most outspoken person about this, maybe not the most, but one of, was the socialist guy, Jesse Brown. As wild as it is, and as crazy as this guy is, I find myself agreeing with him more than others on that council. Like, he's the only one willing to call out Joe Hogsett for the behavior that's taken place in the mayor's office, and he's the only one that's calling out what's going on in these side streets. Now, don't get it twisted. We're not playing euchre together anytime soon. But that's more than what I hear from like Vop Bosley and some of these other dudes.
He's not going to be at the bowling event coming up.
I mean, if he wants to buy a ticket,
invited.
he can.
Yeah, of course.
He's invited. Let's go.
Absolutely. Yeah, Jesse Brown's hit on a couple of things lately, especially with the sexual harassment in the mayor's office. I really like what he said about that. And now he's
just such a nut on the other stuff.
Yeah, sure. But the side streets also, there's a point to be made. And let's keep in mind with these counselors, they're getting so much stuff from the public, from their constituency. About these side streets and not being able to leave their driveways, and these accidents happening on their side streets without being able to leave on their driveways. So when they hear that feedback, that's the pressure to go to DPW and say, we have a problem. So whoever the public is in these districts, great job.
Now,
it's working.
Is it a matter of leadership? Because I know the people that plow those streets, man, like, they work their asses off.
Of course.
Those people, man, they were out there doing God's work in the worst conditions when we were at home, in a blanket. I appreciate the hell out of that. But are they short trucks? Like, I think I heard they were short trucks.
Here's the thing. Nobody is criticizing the snowplow drivers. I have not seen a single thing about that because we know how hard they work. This is a good question, and I want to know the answer to this too, and I haven't heard a whole lot of talk about it. Apparently, in this last major snowstorm, we were supposed to have around 70 trucks out, and a dozen of them didn't make it. Okay, now think about that. The first major snowstorm coming up, who's doing the maintenance? Do you guys go outside, start your car during the wintertime, make sure your car starts up?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, of course. We all do that. Was there somebody not checking the DPW plows and making sure that these particular plows started? There's a lot of speculation here, but all I know is that around 13 snow plows didn't make it onto the streets during this major snow event. So who's watching, as Tony Katz says, who's watching the Watchmen in this case?
It's more than the giant snow plows that are on 465 and 65, though. I swear to God, if you can't plow a side street with subcontracting out a guy with a Silverado with the plow hooked on the front of his
Mr.
grill.
Plow, like Homer did in The Simpsons.
Like, if you can't solve it that way, then there's something wrong. There are thousands of guys like that can plow side streets with, again, private contractors. I'm not saying giant industrial snow plows for the interstates, right?
But these are also the same people who want to fine you or threaten to fine you for not shoveling, a path for the mailman or the trash people.
The sidewalks.
The sidewalks. They threatened to fine you. I don't think they were ever going to. But at the same time, they're like, 13 of our trucks are broken. Sucks to be your neighborhood.
Yeah, and I think this is a really good, I think that would be a smart local way to look at it and really involve the community. I would love to see a program or discussion of a program where people are like, hey, you know, if you have a Silverado and a plow, we want to talk to you. We'll give you a couple of bucks.
Thank you.
Plow your neighborhood. It's
private industry over government every single time.
It's such a great idea. It's never going to happen.
Absolutely.
It's a great idea. We're not talking about going out on 70 in Meridian, Illinois. We're talking about just in the neighborhood.
And I feel like we're sitting here criticizing, and we have this giant platform, but there are people having this same conversation privately all over this city.
Absolutely.
By the way.
Absolutely.
I feel like we're just amplifying it a little bit. Don't just think the leaders and the city councilors are like, oh, these guys are picking on us. We're not the only ones having this conversation.
Right. And if you look at where some of the attention of our city leaders go to, like I'm sure government-funded hotel is a well-oiled machine in terms of that construction.
Oh.
But when I pull into my driveway, I look like Tony Stewart on the dirt track of Eldora sliding around.
No, right? My compliments go out to the public for instigating this conversation between all the leaders of the city. And my compliments go out to the City County Council for actually getting together with DPW and giving this interim director, kind of, hey, what's going on here? What is this policy? And demanding an explanation. And then we actually have the transparency to know what happened. I want to see
They're doing their job.
Yeah, on the same level. When we come up with the new ordinance or the new agreement, whatever it is, I want to see the same kind of transparency. And I want it to be linear. This is step A, B, C, D. Here is what we are doing, because right now this sounds like progress. I'm not mad about anything. Yeah, it sucked the last snowstorm, but it sounds like we're doing something about it, and I'm so good with that. So let's keep on this path. Let's keep the public involved and find a real solution that's going to work next time, because there will be a next time.
Matt Baer from the WIBC Traffic Department joining us in studio. If you want to check him out on the YouTube cam, we got a beautiful look at Matt Baer right there. And we need about 20 more people to hit like, by the way. That gets us to 100. So jump on that YouTube chat. Matt, we got about a couple minutes left here. And I know you are pretty passionate about Senate Bill 74. Talk to me about this. What is it, and why are you so passionate about it?
Okay, this is Senate Bill 74. What this is, it's going to be an expansion of protections to people that are under the use. Right now, Indiana's Lifeline law, that's kind of what this whole thing is packaged into. A person under the age of 21 who has been drinking can call like 911 or the cops without risk of getting into trouble, without risk of prosecution, as long as they cooperate with the police. And what Senate Bill 74 is going to do, if it becomes law, it's going to extend these kind of protections to people under the influence of narcotics. And so far, it's getting a lot of good support. It went through committee, blew through committee 9-0. Boom,
Let me just give an example so our audience can kind of understand here.
Excuse me.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because you know more about this than I would. So if I am jacked up on cocaine, but somebody breaks into my house and I either beat the hell out of them, maybe I kill that person, which I would have the right to do if they broke into my house, and called the police and they arrived, they can't be like, well, looks like you're on drugs, Mr. Hammer. We're going to arrest you for possession of cocaine, like something like that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't want to go so far with that just because I'm not a lawyer and I understand the law directly.
But the concept,
But the concept is there. This is, okay, somebody's ODing on fentanyl. Somebody thought they were taking ecstasy. It was laced with fentanyl, and they are overdosing. They have all the symptoms. I Narcan them. I take my Narcan inhaler out of the bag and I put it in the nose and I use it, and they're not coming out of it. Somebody has already called 911. The cops are coming. I am high as you know what. Okay, I am totally high. The cops come. They say, "Are you high?" And I say, "Yes, I am." They will not prosecute as long as I cooperate with the police.
Correct.
Okay, or as long as now, if there's something
you're
else
acting
going
like
on,
a good citizen, you're
Yes.
just high.
Absolutely. If there's something else going on, I can't make any promises there. But I do know, as far as just using the drug itself, then you can still make that call to 911. Think about it when you're a teenager.
Look, if you're all partying, somebody ODs, and you're scared to call the ambulance because you're all partying and you're using illegal drugs.
Maybe
but
you're under
somebody's in
21, but you've been
trouble,
drinking.
Call call the ambulance and nobody's going to get in trouble.
Those are great examples, guys. I'm thinking of when I was a kid. I was so worried about getting busted for marijuana possession.
Right.
I'm like 18, 19 years old, and I have just a gram on me, or some resin in a pipe and everything.
Well, how many of us have been to a party when maybe you were not 21 and you had a sip of alcohol? The cops show up and everybody runs, right? Because we all think we're going to get thrown into the slammer.
Yeah, and your buddy in the meantime is laying on his side, completely comatose.
Yep.
With vomit coming down their chin, and you're wondering whether or not you can call the cops or they're going to sleep it off. And the answer is, under the Lifeline law now, is call the cops, but not so much with narcotics. Now, if it's fentanyl or alcohol, call the cops. Call the cops, and you could be in good shape. Again, as far as the law goes itself, I'm leaving that up to the lawyers. But everything I hear about this bill on face value looks really good, and I'm very excited about it.
We're running way late, but I do want to promote your podcast. When are new episodes coming back out?
We are in the process of taping now, and we are
Supporting Sobriety
podcast. Yes, it's a podcast done by myself and outstanding co-host Ryan Hendrick. You hear him anchoring the morning news here on WIBC with Tony Show. And we talk to the caregiver of the alcoholic and the addict, people like Ryan and I, me being a recovering alcoholic, him a recovering addict, me being both, actually.
Right.
So we do this Supporting Sobriety podcast. We talk to the caregivers. We're taping new episodes. We're really excited about this new season.
And you can find this wherever you get your podcast.
Wherever you get your podcast. If you get a chance to listen, we would love to have you.
Matt, awesome stuff. Thank you.
Love you guys.
buddy.
Thanks for having me.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, Hammer and Nigel Show had an amazing kickoff at Ale Emporium in Castleton last night to feature our Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus. What a night. Got some great wings, got some great pizza, and most importantly, exclusively only at Ale Emporium locations, the Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus.
Elevate your tequila experience with Hammer and Nigel's Tequila by Hiatus. Handcrafted for connoisseurs, available at any Ale Emporium location. Must be 21 to purchase.
Planning to host friends and family for the big game? You know the rush to get the house ready for a big sports gathering, but there's one thing you can't fix with a coat of paint or a few home improvement hacks. If you've been seeing cracked bricks, gaps in your floors or walls, bowing basement walls, or cracks in your chimney, you're dealing with issues that go beyond cosmetic fixes. These are all signs of damage to your home's foundation, and if left untreated, they can get worse over time. Don't stress. Let Indiana Foundation Service help. A free inspection by the experts from Indiana Foundation Service will identify the source of the problem so you can address it before it turns into a bigger issue. Visit IndianaFoundation.com today to schedule your free inspection and get a no-obligation quote. Indiana Foundation Service. Trusted experts keeping your home safe and strong.
Indiana Foundation Service. Reliability from the ground up.
2025, new year, maybe a new home? If you're ready to get started building your dream home, take a look at what Joyner Homes can do for you. Joyner Homes will be at the Indianapolis Home Show from January 17th through the 26th in booth number 459. This is a great opportunity for you to learn more about their streamlined custom home building process and meet the team members who will work directly with you throughout the entire home building journey. Your dream home made simple with Joyner Homes. JoynerHomes.com.
At Shane Company, our engagement rings are the perfect blend of design, function, and beauty, each one a unique work of art. We meticulously craft our bridal jewelry in our jeweler's workshop to the highest standards, expertly setting each diamond by hand, ensuring the structure is perfectly balanced, and sizing everything for the perfect fit. Shane Company offers a free unmatched lifetime warranty because your engagement ring is an heirloom that was made to last. You'll cherish your ring today, tomorrow, and forever. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Join Mark Patrick Seminars and stop smoking without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Early bird special only $49.99 guaranteed. Also, lose all the weight and let Mark Patrick Hypnosis destroy unwanted cravings. Seminars Thursday, January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30 p.m., stop smoking seminar at 8. Or Saturday, January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
If you recently lost health coverage due to a life change, healthcare.gov is here for you. Like it was there for Marcus when he lost his job, and Keisha when she turned 26 and lost her parents' insurance, and Elena when she went off Medicaid. There are many other ways to qualify. Visit healthcare.gov today to see if you're eligible to enroll. Limited time to enroll. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
For your free system replacement analysis, give Family a call today at 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
Matt Bear's got to look at the roads.
Inbound 69 stop. Traffic 106 to 465 for a 12-minute delay. Northbound 465 on the east side slow from 70 up to East 56th Street. Southbound lane stop and go from 70 down to Washington Street. Inbound 65 stop and go MLK to Gannett West. Eastbound 70 grinds around West Street. Let's go at Meridian, Illinois. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146 and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
If you're heading up to the Indy Fuel game tonight, I will see you there. I'm doing some stuff on the microphone tonight.
That's pretty cool, man.
Gonna have some fun doing that, talking to you guys. Little hype guy type of role, so that'll be fun.
I'm jealous.
45 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. We've got Beer Sample Friday on the way, and another hour of the Hammer and Nigel Show coming up. Top stories are next.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. A lot of folks give up on their bodies in their 40s or 50s. Statistically, we gain 1.5 pounds every year past 50, and it's usually a tough slog to fight that. 19 years ago, I took a friend's recommendation, and I went to Exercise Inc. for one of their free consultations. Me? I didn't want to get heavy. I wanted to stay trim and in shape, and that was really a struggle. 19 years ago, I went, and 19 years later, I'm still going every week. They've helped me to reach and maintain my health and fitness goals, and they do that with specific strength training in only 20 minutes a week. You've just got to try this health and exercise approach, and the consultation is free. My guess is that, like me, you'll be skeptical for the first couple of weeks, and then it happens. You'll feel better. You'll probably lose some weight, and you'll probably look better, too. Go to Exercise Inc. today and sign up for a free consultation. Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood, now in Fishers, too. ExerciseInc.com.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
If the new year means it's time for new flooring in your home, Brothers Floor Covering is ready to help. Brand new carpet, hardwoods, laminates, and luxury vinyl plank in stock now. Plus, Brothers Floor Covering can get you new flooring installed in as little as 2 weeks. Visit Brothers Floor Covering today at their new location, 8550 North Michigan Road. Discover why buying local means getting more, not paying more. Get the flooring of your dreams installed now. Go to brothers-floorcovering.com. That's brothers-floorcovering.com.
Hi, it's T. Brian Hayes here from the Retirement Money Matters Show. Are you ready for more change? I certainly hope so. Congress approved the Secure Act law that took effect at the end of 2019, which brought many changes to the financial and retirement planning arena. And now they have done it again by approving the Secure Act 2.0 law. Join me this weekend as we inform you about all the new financial and retirement planning rules, laws, planning guidelines, and procedures. The Retirement Money Matters Show airs this Saturday morning at 6 a.m. right here on WIBC.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
We set out to be the very best of the best, and the past couple years we've actually achieved that. For all of the state of Indiana, we've been awarded the Dealer of the Year award twice now. Unlike other brands, that only gets handed to one dealer every year, and we're very proud to have won that twice.
Put the best to work for you at FamilyHVAC.net. Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Coming up in 2 minutes, more cold weather on the way, possibly some snow maybe mixed in with some rain. That's what you can expect over the next couple of days. IMPD is investigating a homicide that happened on the northwest side of town today. It's one woman who wound up dead there. A person has been detained. And not everyone agrees with your new governor, Mike Braun. He signed an executive order earlier this week eliminating DEI within the state governments. That's all coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. We're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
It's up to the next administration. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. That's what the White House position is on implementation of a federal law that requires TikTok to split from its Chinese parent company or face a U.S. ban. This Sunday is the deadline. The U.S. Supreme Court unanimously ruling the law is constitutional, rejecting TikTok's free speech challenge and highlighting concerns about national security and user data.
It's possibly holding on to private messages, and the justices were very concerned, many of them having this conversation about, well, what about 10, 15 years down the road if somebody is in the military or a sensitive position or government official and, ByteDance has these messages saying like, oh, maybe it's time for a little blackmail because we have all these messages you sent back and forth.
Fox's Shannon Bream. The law that allows a ban also allows a 90-day delay. Possible TikTok buyers, including investor Kevin O'Leary, are hoping for that.
What we need now is an LOI signed so we can get either Biden before midnight on the 19th or Trump at 12:05 on the 20th to keep it lit up. Nobody wants to see this go dark.
Earlier today, the president-elect saying TikTok was one of the topics on a phone call with China's president. He said after the Supreme Court ruling, he needs time to review the situation. Monday's inauguration ceremony is moved indoors to the Capitol Rotunda because of frigid weather.
The president-elect is playing meteorologist on Truth Social. He wrote the following: "There's an Arctic blast sweeping the country. I don't want to see people hurt or injured in any way. It is dangerous conditions."
Fox's Peter Ducey. A public viewing of the ceremony will be set up in the Capital One Arena. The Justice Department is suing Walgreens, accusing the pharmacy chain of knowingly filling millions of prescriptions, including for opioids and other controlled substances, without taking time to confirm they were valid. This is similar to a DOJ lawsuit announced last month against CVS, the largest pharmacy chain in the country. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
More cold weather in your future. Warmest day of the week today. Currently 41 degrees downtown with no trouble on your radar. Temperatures get closer to freezing tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:02. It's cold, and it's only going to get colder.
With the coldest air really arriving on Monday and Tuesday of next week.
Jason Puma with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says high temperatures are only going to be around 10 degrees when you get into early next week. Could even get some light snow between now and then. Indy's DPW is blaming contractors for slowing down snow removal, but counselors think they could speed things up. Ryan Hetrick reports.
If you're seeing snow and ice in your neighborhood with no plow in sight, then you're not alone. Counselor Jared Brown says the city's snowplow strategy is leaving some people stuck stuck.
At what point, why was there no consideration to go out and get those contractors when you heard the cries from people?
Brown, speaking Thursday night at a Public Works Committee meeting, said that Indianapolis used to use private contractors. That is until 2020 when they scrapped that relationship. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indy Metro Police are investigating a homicide northwest of downtown near the corner of West Kessler Boulevard and 30th Street. Officers say a woman was found dead at the scene just after 1 this afternoon and had some signs of trauma. A person of interest has been detained. They, though, were sent to the hospital with some self-inflicted injuries. TikTok is likely going to be banned in the U.S. this weekend unless action is taken to avoid that from happening. These Hoosiers have mixed feelings about the whole thing.
I think it's just craziness, assuming that the Chinese will collect an info from us from TikTok. I think it's just crazy.
I don't think they should ban it, but I think they should monitor it a little more because a lot of negativity has been put on there.
Some others say it should be banned because it's exposing kids to too many things that maybe they're not quite old enough to look at. If you eliminate DEI initiatives like Indiana Governor Mike Braun would like to do, Democrat Earl Thomas of East Chicago says all you're doing is shrinking the pool of qualified candidates for jobs.
Those that are still in the pool may look at this and go, I have less competition, therefore why not charge more? Why not put out bigger numbers than I normally would?
He tells Wish TV the state should strive to create a talented, diverse workforce that reflects the makeup of Indiana. Traffic and weather's coming up in about 60 seconds. It's 5:04.
Okay. Man, listen, my water pipes burst and flooded my house. Place a mess. I've been staying with my daughter till I can figure out what to do.
You trying to fix it and move back in?
No way. It's too big a mess. It'll cost me tens of thousands of dollars. I ain't got that kind of money.
You trying to sell it then?
Well, that's what I'd like to do, but who's going to buy my house in this condition?
Did you call Simple Quarters?
Simple Quarters?
Simple Quarters bought our house when we were in a jam. We needed to move real quick. They closed fast and gave us cash.
Simple Quarters will buy in any condition?
That's right. They buy as is. You don't have to repair anything or clean anything out. It's simple.
What do I have to do?
Just call them. They'll do a quick walkthrough, then they'll make you an offer.
Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to help people in difficult situations. Call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. That's 317-900-HOME. Check us out at simplequarters.com.
Traffic on the 5s at 5:05. Here's Matt Baer.
All right, Harrison, 11-minute delay on eastbound 465 from Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Inbound 69 running at an 11-minute delay from 106th Street down to 82nd. Crash on the south side. On the exit from northbound 65 to westbound 465, left shoulder-covered vehicle in a ditch. A little bit of a slowdown, no delay at the moment. Westbound 70 still stop and go after rural through the north split down to Michigan Street. That's because of an earlier crash. It's gone. Inbound 65 slows from MLK down to West Street. And on the north side, westbound 465 still dragging from Meridian past Michigan Road. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
This Friday night, we're looking at showers moving in. In the overnight hours, we may get close enough to see a little snow mix in, but for the most part, it'll stay as rain. About 100% chance in your local neighborhood, up to a quarter inch. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Shuner Sutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on The Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. The Supreme Court has upheld the TikTok ban law. TikTok, a huge social media platform used pretty much everywhere in the world. And now this means that TikTok must sell or be banned in the USA. I believe Joe Biden has said that he's not going to enforce the ban, although he's only got a couple days left in office. And I find it odd that he's saying he's not going to enforce the ban when he's the one that kind of made this all happen. He signed the legislation that was put in front of him about this whole TikTok thing.
But does he remember doing it, Nige? Because if you're Joe Biden, if you don't remember doing it, it never happened.
What are we saying? What are we saying that's wrong with TikTok? Again, it's like Chinese mind control. Some of the more crazy, over-the-top conspiracy theorists, Chinese mind control. In other words, everybody in China, they're watching TikTok videos about architecture and math and science, and then
their country and being not patriotic, but supporting their country.
In like the States, all the TikTok videos are of people getting kicked in the crotch.
Things from Jackson Mahomes.
Yeah, right.
Like for that very reason right there, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe the ban isn't the worst thing in the world.
But Donald Trump is saying now that he does not want to ban TikTok because I think part of it was sort of instrumental in helping him. I'm not saying it was because of TikTok, but certainly was a factor, maybe a small factor in helping him get reelected.
So what you see on TikTok more than any other platform, more than Twitter, more than Facebook or Instagram, these content creators, right? And so many of these people were against the policies that Joe Biden had put into place. So the Democrats were losing support when they can't suppress free speech. That's why they're all butthurt about the fact checkers leaving Facebook and Elon Musk owning Twitter, X. That's why they want to get rid of TikTok now, too. If there's not anybody there that can ban somebody arguing that what they're trying to do is bull crap, then they want it gone. So I get it. TikTok, predominantly younger users, but surprisingly, they were very pro-Trump. And they helped him a little bit in that last election, no doubt.
Another part of the reason is something, the law says something about national security. The Chinese are data mining your information, but I'm pretty much assuming that's going on with any social media app that you use. That's the deal. You get to use the social media app for free, and they get to look at what you're interested in and try to sell that to you.
Everything takes your information now. If you've got Alexa, if you've got an iPhone, if you've got all this kind of stuff, I got news for you, pal. You're probably being watched or listened to by somebody. I'm a little bit taken aback, though, Nigel, how passionate people are about this. Like, I wish people in our country were as passionate about what was happening at the southern border as they are about TikTok possibly going away.
There are, I'm sure, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of TikTok influencers that make a lot of money doing what they do on that platform, which sucks for them.
I get it.
Goes through.
But, man, we've all lost jobs at some point. You and I have been hired and fired by some of the best and worst people our industry has to offer.
Mostly worst.
And I get it. It'd be a total bummer. If you're somebody that makes a lot of money on TikTok or you've got a large following and it makes you happy, it'd be a bummer for it to go away. But the way people are acting, man, there are so many more important things going wrong in this country right now. Los Angeles is burning to the ground because of incompetent leadership. The southern border, at least until Monday, is still wide open. There's a fentanyl crisis killing young people at alarming rates. But damn it, if Jackson Mahomes can't bring us his ridiculous videos on road trips with his famous brother, then I guess the country needs to shut down. According to a New York Times story, Nige,
yes,
wasn't just Nancy Pelosi that pushed Biden out of that race earlier last summer. Chuck Schumer did as well.
You're kidding.
This is a New York Times story. Chuck Schumer went and visited the old goat at one of his beach houses in Delaware. And in the story, Schumer says, once in a while, Biden would forget why he called me. Like, he would call me up and he'd forget why he called. So he made a trip to see him. I think this was after the disastrous debate. And this is from the New York Times. Quote, this is what Crying Chuck told to Biden. Quote, if you run and you lose to Trump and we lose the Senate and we don't get back the House, that 50 years of amazing, beautiful work goes out the window. But worse, you go down in American history as one of the darkest figures. If I were you, I wouldn't run. I'm urging you not to run.
Which is funny. I mean, Schumer, as soon as as early as a week or two ago, was on television talking about how I was in touch with the president every day, didn't notice a single thing. This was after Trump was elected. I mean, this was just a week or two ago. Old crying Chuck was almost sort of doubling down on President Biden's mental acuity. But you are saying the New York Times is talking about something different here. And that Chuck Schumer actually was one of the many that were instrumental in pushing Biden out.
Had a one-on-one meeting with him at his house and told him to drop out. And the chef's kiss of this whole thing, he was concerned that they would lose the House and the Senate and all of his 50 years would be wasted. Guess what, pal? They lost the House. They lost the Senate. And all 50 years of that old goat has probably been corrupt. When he wasn't hanging out with segregationists, he was destroying this country and embezzling money. Monday can't get here fast enough.
And I got news for you. It wasn't just Pelosi. It wasn't just Schumer. It was a Democrat party, especially after that debate. I swear to God, I think they knew it before that debate. They had Joe Biden purposefully on that debate stage with Donald Trump. If I would have been advising him, and then I would have been saying, no, you don't need to debate. I mean, there was talk that there was no need for him to debate at this point. And then after that debate, George Clooney got his marching orders from Barack Obama, his best friend of decades, and penned that op-ed in the New York Times saying, yeah, it's time for Biden to go.
And the thing is, Joe was so far gone, he thought he still had his fastball because he had all of these butt sniffers telling him, oh, you're great. Morning Joe Scarborough. He's beyond cogent. God, hearing him say that, just so punchable. But then like 2 weeks later, that lion sack of you-know-what had to do a 180. So Biden was believing all this crap they were telling him because he doesn't know any better. He goes out on that debate stage. He still thinks he's that, 16-year-old kid getting ready to get into a fight with Corn Pop at the swimming pool, but he's an old man with dementia, and he got his ass handed to him.
Do some push-ups, pal.
Right. Hey, real quick before we hit a break here, we announced this earlier. Our big charity bowling event is back. Red, White, and Bowl, presented by Jack Daniels, Friday, February 28th. It's a beer sample Friday at Woodland Bowl. The event is 6 to 9 p.m., and this event raises money to benefit Hoosier Veterans in Need.
Nice.
Bowlers to Veterans Link is the charity. We worked with them last year. You could buy an individual ticket, which is $80, and that comes with a pizza buffet, 3 hours of bowling, a free beer. There's a silent auction, and our pals at Jack Daniels are providing some stuff. Or you could buy a lane, 6 bowlers, a full lane, $480.
People take this stuff pretty seriously, too. I know this is a good cause, and it's for an awesome charity, but these bowlers that sign up, it ain't no joke.
Right. We had a lot of fun last year, and it sold out last year. So go to the events page of WIBC.com. We've also got it on our Facebook and Twitter. Click the link, buy your tickets before it sells out. All right, Matt Baer standing by. He has a look at the roads.
All right, fellas, we are working on this crash right now. It just came down. It's eastbound 70 on the east side. Eastbound 70 between Post and Mithofer, and a crash blocking the right lane. A semi is involved, and I'm looking at the camera here. It looks like the front of a car is pinned in underneath the rear of a semi-trailer. So the right lane closed. Traffic stop and go to Post Road. That delay is going to grow. Looking at southbound 465, stop and go traffic from I-70 down to South Shadeland Avenue. Inbound 65 slow from 21st to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, no delay at the moment. Looking at the north side, eastbound 465, stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue past Allisonville Road. Inbound 69 slows from 106th Street to 465. That's a 12-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
44 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
Mark Patrick Seminars and Stop Smoking Without Cravings, Irritability, Weight Gain, or your money back. Early bird special only $49.99 guaranteed. Also, lose all the weight and let Mark Patrick Hypnosis destroy unwanted cravings. Seminars Thursday, January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express in Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30 p.m., Stop Smoking seminar at 8. Or Saturday, January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., Stop Smoking seminar 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
At Shane Company, we'll help you create a ring as unique as your love story. We have the biggest selection of diamonds in all shapes and sizes, and center stones in an array of colors, including sapphires in blue, pink, green, lavender, and more. Just the other day, a couple picked out a blue sapphire that perfectly matched her eyes, and they left knowing her ring was truly one of a kind. That's what happens at Shane Company. Come check us out. You might just fall in love with something unexpected. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
One of the real advantages that we have here at Hendricks is the scope of the services that we have to offer in orthopedics.
Whether they have a hip fracture or they're a high-functioning athlete, we're all working towards the same thing.
To have them be able to have an elective surgery safely and then go home also in a safe fashion is of utmost importance.
We very much want everyone to get back to doing everything that they were doing beforehand. We're really invested in it.
Unstoppable orthopedic care. Learn more at hendricks.org/ortho.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-239-1749. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-239-1749, 800-239-1749, or biglou.com.
Get ready to celebrate the 90th birthday of the King of Rock and Roll, and you're all invited as Omar presents the Elvis Tribute Artist Spectacular. One night only, Friday, January 24th, at our new venue in Indianapolis, the Murat Theater, starring Sean Clush, Cody Ray Slaughter, and Ryan Pelton, with special guest Ed Enoch and Elvis's Stamps Quartet. Tickets are on sale now, so come celebrate Elvis's birthday. Visit etaspectacular.com today.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Family Heating and Air. Nobody cares for you like family. Your American Standard Air dealer. Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay. Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
As if emergency responders weren't dealing with enough in Los Angeles and the surrounding area with the wildfires. 2 guys on dirt bikes were being chased by police on an LA freeway, Hammer. Now, so it was being shown live on TV. They love to show the live police chases on TV, right? Especially in LA. You could see one of the guys on this dirt bike, texting and calling his other buddies. Later, it was kind of clear what was going on. They were joined by 17 other dirt bikes. This is ridiculous. They even stopped for gas, some doing stunts and wheelies. Here's part of the coverage.
One of the two motorcycles tried to assault a motor officer from the California Highway Patrol or a sheriff. They tried to hit him during the pursuit and then fled.
Looks like the driver on the white dirt bike there, he's trying to talk to somebody, and you can see they keep looking over their shoulder to see if there are any units behind them. You have to wonder who they are talking to and what their plan is.
So the two initial ones here, and then joined by 4 other ones, one on a quad.
Yeah, certainly putting on a show.
Oh my, that is so dangerous.
Weave through traffic.
But it looks like more people have joined
this. 1, 2, 3,
this.
4. God, there's a lot of them.
This isn't good because they're going to refuel and then they're going to have more gas to work this. So we'll see what they do.
I can't remember seeing something like this, a pursuit of almost 20 motorbikes with CHP. I just can't even imagine how this...
I can't imagine you're okay with this.
No, not at all. And I can't be the only one rooting for these guys all to crash into each other.
Well, not only that, listen to the beginning of this again.
One of the two motorcycles tried to assault a motor officer from the California Highway Patrol or a sheriff. They tried to hit him during the pursuit.
Okay, usually when something like that happens, the officer opens fire.
Right.
When you're trying to run the officer over or do him harm with any sort of vehicle, I don't care whether it's a ATV or a motorcycle or any sort of car, that's, lethal force is warranted.
100%. You're not going to get an argument from me. And when you see these idiots, and maybe you've seen it here around Central Indy. I know in the Greenwood area, they have these burnouts and these morons that usually do it on motorcycles more so than dirt bikes here, but get out and do the wheelies and be a big show-off, pain in the ass in the traffic. I can't be the only one that hopes they fall. And listen, when you've got this many people here, like what they say, 17 all together, they're traveling like in a pack very close together. What would happen if one of the officers was on the side of the road and just threw out one of those stop sticks? Like, are they all going to go down like dominoes at that point?
The other thing, that's a good point, but the thing I heard is that, they all stopped for gas. Well, wait a minute. If these guys are being chased by LAPD and they stop at a Chevron for gas,
17 of them.
That's maybe the point where we say, all right, we got them. They ran out of gas. Let's surround them.
Sir, they're pulling in for gas. We're never going to get them now. Head on back.
They're filling up their tanks. What do we do?
That's a great point. I didn't think about that. But this gives, people who have dirt bikes and do things responsibly a bad name.
Yes.
Which brings us to great moments in dirt bike history.
Didn't know there was such a thing.
There's an episode of Family Guy where Peter Griffin gets a dirt bike, and he feels like because he's now a dirt bike owner, he has to have a dirt bike girlfriend.
Hey, where's Peter?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him since he left work.
Hope you made extra. I brought a guest.
What the hell? Who is this?
This is my dirt bike girlfriend.
Amber.
I'm a dirt bike guy now, so I need a dirt bike girlfriend. Yeah, she has small breasts, but she makes up for it by smoking.
Amber.
Amber.
She has small breasts. She makes up for it by smoking.
Great moments in dirt bike history. In that same episode where Peter Griffin has the dirt bike, he gets invited to, I believe it's a minor league baseball game, to perform the national anthem with the dirt bike.
Please rise for our national anthem, performed this afternoon by Peter Griffin and his dirt bike.
I mean, I've heard worse. Great moments in dirt bike history.
Incredible. Thank you. A drug counselor at a New York State rehab facility, Hammer, sold crack cocaine on multiple occasions to undercover agents. Are you okay with this?
You know what? I am, because I've seen this play out in movies and TV shows before. It's always the person that you would least expect that does the crime, right? Didn't we have a story recently, and I think it was from Australia, maybe it was somewhere else, where this very popular nun in the community who had done so much stuff got taken in because she was working with the mob.
Yeah.
She was like,
She's the mob's informant.
Right.
Yeah.
She was on the payroll from the mafia guys, and they had to arrest like the community's favorite nun. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that a drug counselor at the rehab facility, hey, that's the direct connection to get to a client that wants the drugs. They want the drugs. That's why they're there. So I'm not surprised.
It's awful.
Not okay with it per se, but I totally understand. This sounds like something that would have been a Sopranos episode.
A 13-year-old boy's bucket list is going viral online. People are still using the word viral. Welcome to 2003. Anyway, now this is pretty funny.
All that in a bag of chips?
Yeah. This guy's bucket list, this kid, he's 13 years old. It starts off with get a full taxidermy alligator.
Okay.
That's on the bucket list.
It's a unique want.
It also includes get a cool Jeep.
All right.
Prove the existence of goblins.
Oh.
And finally, on this 13-year-old boy's bucket list, beat someone up.
Okay.
I think those are all things a 13-year-old boy would want.
Listen,
Sure.
I'm okay with this. I am okay with this because keep in mind, this is just his bucket list, things he wants to do. This isn't something that the Make-A-Wish Foundation has put their name on.
No.
This isn't anything like that, which I've always wondered, though. What if those organizations get a kid and he's an awesome kid, but his wish is to poison a river? Are they going to make that wish happen for him? What if his wish is to, quote, beat up someone like this guy here? They're not going to make that happen, are they?
Well, look, you got to put him in the ring. Put him in the ring. Look, no guarantees. How about this? Here's the caveat. We'll let you try to beat up someone, but you could be getting your ass kicked yourself.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Paul, he's here. That's the next Jake Paul pay-per-view. He's going to be in the ring with this 13-year-old kid who's got a bucket list. And knowing Jake Paul, they'll sell millions and millions of dollars in pay-per-view money.
No question.
Get a cool Jeep. All right, I'm good with that. Taxidermy alligator, that's a little quirky. Prove the existence of goblins. Now, I love this because it shows motivation. He's not telling you, I believe in goblins. He's telling you, I know they're real, and I'm going to prove they're real to you. That's the kind of dedication that I'm looking for from a kid right
Very
here.
creative. Like this kid.
One of our favorites is coming up next, Bradley J. He is in D.C., isn't he?
Yeah, he's Capitol Hill correspondent. He's been there the whole time this week, the highs, the lows, the drama, especially with Trump's nominee for Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth. We'll get all the details. I want to know what he expects for Trump's inauguration coming up next week. Hearing rumors, I think it's more. I think they're going to put it inside now. It's
Yes, they have moved it inside.
They've moved it inside, so we'll get all the details coming up right after a look at the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's going to be chilly. 41 degrees with mostly clear skies downtown. No trouble on your radar, though. Low of 35 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:30. Temperatures in the single digits is what you can expect this weekend.
With how many days that we've had below freezing, this snow hasn't had much of an opportunity to melt.
Jason Puma with the National Weather Service says if any snow falls tonight or this weekend, it will be light. Some rain could be in the mix as well, depending on how low temperatures go. Police are looking for a man from Kokomo who's been missing for a couple of months, and they need your help to find him. Sasha Nixon reports.
A silver alert has been declared for James Adams, who was last seen Sunday, December 1st at 3 a.m. He is described as a 5'9", 180-pound man with brown hair and hazel eyes. If you know anything about this, please call Kokomo Police or 911. You can see his picture at WIBC.com. Sasha Nixon, 93. WIBC Mobile News.
The Supreme Court decided earlier today to not block a law that would ban TikTok. Donald Trump may try to keep the app, though, on your smartphone and prevent it from being banned in the United States. John Cornyn says there's nothing he can do to rewrite the law. that bans the foreign ownership of the app, and an executive order could give Chinese ownership more time to sell it if that's the route they want to go to keep TikTok on your phone. Some parents say they're happy the social media app is close to being banned. Not everyone, though, feels that way.
I don't make no money out of it. I just watch it, so, you know.
I feel like TikTok is one of those things where you start to learn more about life itself. So it's like, it's just that girl, honestly. I mean, where can we go? Honestly, like, back to Instagram, it's so boring.
Some people in Indiana say they find the app educational and enjoyable. Others find it concerning. If you eliminate DEI initiatives like your new governor, Mike Braun, would like to do, Democrat Earl Thomas of East Chicago says all you're doing is shrinking the pool of qualified candidates for open jobs.
Those that are still in the pool may look at this and go, I have less competition, therefore, why not charge more? Why not put out bigger numbers than I normally would?
He tells Wish TV the state should strive to create a talented, diverse workforce that reflects the makeup of Indiana. With the look at the roads at 5:32, what's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison, serious crash on the east side. It's eastbound 70 between the Post Road exit and Mithofer Road. Right now, 2 left lanes are blocked, leaving us only the far right lane available for travel. So here at the moment, it's 2 right lanes blocked. The far left lane is open. And right now, traffic is jammed up back to 465. You can skip the whole mess and use US 40 instead. Inbound 65, stop and go traffic from 21st to Meridian Bend. And on the north side, eastbound 465, stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue over to I-69. That is a 17-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
This Friday night, we're looking at showers moving in the overnight hours. We may get close enough to see a little snow mix in, but for the most part, it'll stay as rain. About 100% chance in your local neighborhood, up to a quarter inch. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Renner Sutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. Go straight to the hotline and bring on Breitbart News Capitol Hill correspondent Bradley J., one of the best, one of our favorites. Mr. J, how are you?
I am wonderful. It is great to be with y'all.
You were roaming the halls this week on Capitol Hill for Donald Trump's, all his appointees, all his nominations, the confirmation hearings, and it really started off with a bang this week. Trump's pick for Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. Tell us your initial thoughts, your impressions of how that all went down from, crazy Mazie Hirono to Tim Kaine to some of the Republicans that had his back. Your just overall general analysis of how his confirmation hearing went.
Boy, Mazie Hirono, just proof that we're not always sending our best to Washington. But
you're right.
No, wow, from Pete Hegseth on down the line, what a fantastic showing by Trump's nominees. Hegseth just put on a master class in really over the past couple months in how to respond to these Democrat attacks. He just sat there and took what they were dishing out to him. They were yelling and hollering and trying to get him to break and lose his cool because they didn't have anything else on him. They didn't bring out any new information. They didn't produce any allegations that anyone would actually put their name on. So he just sat there, took it, and here it looks like he's about to be the new Secretary of Defense. Democrats are likely to hold up a vote on his confirmation until Wednesday or Thursday of next week. But looks like he's going to be sec def. You had Pam Bondi, who just, oh my gosh, her sticking it to Adam Schiff. Be still my heart. That was fantastic to see, going after him for supposedly being caring about who's going to be the attorney general while crime just runs rampant in his home state of California while he looks the other way. It was a fantastic week for Trump's nominees. It shows that his nominees have a lot of momentum going into this home stretch. And also, it demonstrated how disorganized Democrats are. They've been aiming all their fire at Pete Hegseth instead of nominees like Gabbard and RFK and Kash Patel. And now Hegseth appears on a glide path, and that's allowed these other nominees who might have been at risk of not getting the votes. It's enabled them to build up momentum going into their confirmation hearings. So Democrats really are in the wilderness right now. They don't have a leader. Obviously, cackling Kamala is riding off into the sunset. Newsom is burning his state down. Tim Walz, oh my gosh, give me a break. Who's going to follow that guy?
I want to go back to that little weenie Tim Kaine for just a second here, Bradley, because this guy went after Pete Hegseth because of his marriage and what he did in his private life. Nothing to do with whether or not he could do the job. Could he put a budget together? Does he have the leadership skills? He went after him because he was unfaithful to his wife, yet he's buddies with the Clinton. You can't tell where Tim Kaine's nose ends and the Clinton family's ass begins, but yet all of a sudden he really cares about the sanctity of marriage.
And look, I was a Capitol Hill staffer for a long time, and I can promise you there's a lot of work that goes into these hearings. They are organized from top to bottom by leadership and the committee chairman. Everyone is assigned a different line of questioning, a different angle. Are you telling me that they're organized? If they sent Tim Kaine to do this, give me a break. The Democrats they really are in disarray right now. It's absurd. I mean, Tim Kaine is the last person you'd want to pursue that line of questioning. I talked with one of y'all's favorites and one of mine as well. I talked with Jim Banks after the Hegseth hearing. Yeah. And he was talking about how how ridiculous it was that the Democrats just brought up the same old BS, I'll say, anonymous accusations without producing anything new. And this was the hearing that they'd been gearing up for, that they'd been hinting that there was going to be fireworks at. Give me a break. I mean, just absolutely asleep at the wheel.
And they're lost on the hypocrisy, right? Like, the hypocrisy doesn't even register with these people. Tim Kaine, who's buddies with Bill Clinton, is going to be the one that talks about the sanctity of marriage. And then you had Joe Biden's farewell address the other night. He's talking about how the last thing we need is dirty money in politics, just a few days after he gave an award to the Soros family.
Look, the person who deserves the award is you for actually remembering anything that Joe Biden said from that forgettable speech. Joe Biden is only going to be remembered for the flubs and the stupid statements and the putting his foot in his mouth. And that speech, honestly, it was very, I think, representative of what his legacy was going to be. Mostly forgetful, except for the evil and hypocritical aspects of his supposed leadership over 50, frankly, rather forgettable years in Washington.
And everybody's going to get confirmed, right? I mean, pretty much. I mean, the Senate has the numbers. Hegseth, it's like when you say the Democrats are going to kind of hold up the process, how does that work?
Yes, I do believe that the Democrats are going to hold up the process just to show that they're capable of doing anything at all. Hegseth appears to have the numbers. There are a few others, like I mentioned, those three earlier, that you think may have been iffy, but the fact is they should have been. There are actually some Republicans who might be on the fence with those three, but they don't want to be the ones who are out front in attacking Trump's nominees. So it would have been smart for Democrats to do the dirty work for Republicans in exposing aspects of supposed controversy or maybe some of their votes or positions in the past that Republicans wouldn't like. Democrats should have been doing this. They would have been helping themselves by helping some of these on-the-fence Republicans, but they didn't do it. They trained all their fire on Jim Banks, or excuse me, on Pete Hegseth. They're spending all their time toasting George Soros, draping medals around his neck. What are the Democrats doing right now? Who are they? What's their identity? What's their brand? Who is their leader? We don't know any of these answers, and honestly, neither do the Democrats. Republicans are ascendant. They are united. Trump is coming into this next administration just under completely different circumstances from 8 years ago, when it was still kind of an unholy alliance between the party and Trump and his allies. Ooh, that's not the case anymore. Trump is calling the shots. You can see that with the type of nominees that he has this year as compared to 8 years ago. I mean, Washington is just abuzz and energized for this next administration. If you are Donald Trump, you've got to be feeling really good right now, because he is heading into this 47th presidency with a momentum that very few presidents have ever had, certainly not in a long time.
Bradley, you mentioned a few big names earlier, high-profile names, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., Kash Patel. Their hearings were pushed back a little bit earlier this week. Do we have any sort of timeline on when those are going to happen?
I don't believe that any of those hearings have been officially noticed yet. It's likely that in the middle towards the end of next week, we will start seeing a few of these. I don't know that it will be any of those, I'll call them the big three. The fact is that the Democrats are doing what they can to hold him up. Yeah. A lot of it is over paperwork and FBI background checks, and which isn't going to bring up anything new. So we will get to see these hearings. I honestly don't think that we will see that many fireworks from them. Certainly not if Hegseth's confirmation hearing is any indication.
And finally, what are you expecting? What are you looking for this Monday, Inauguration Day for Donald Trump?
So the news just came out earlier today that the inauguration, the actual swearing-in ceremony, will be held indoors in the Capitol Rotunda. So that will change up the dynamics a little bit. That's fine. People have already started pouring into town. Folks are ready to celebrate. They'll be at the Capital One Arena where the Wizards played. There will be big celebrations. What I am most excited about, though, is seeing the Village people. We are going to be celebrating. I'm telling you, spirits are high.
And you're going to be doing the Trump dance, the herky jerky with the fists and everything, aren't you? I can see you doing it up there right now, Bradley.
I do it every morning when I get out of bed, and I do it before I go to bed at night.
Find his work. I mean, great stuff and analysis. Breitbart News Capitol Hill correspondent Bradley J. Happy New Year, my friend, and we'll be in touch very soon. Thank you.
Happy New Year. Can't wait to talk to y'all again.
Okay, a beer sample Friday next. I got a little something.
You brought the libations today?
All right, yeah, let's do it.
Beer sample Friday next.
Yes, the 98th annual New Year's sale. 98th annual New Year's sale at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Save 50% off all Lazy Boy and Indiana-made Smith Brothers of Bern furniture, plus an extra 15% off when you pay cash. Or you can get 3 years interest-free financing. Every sofa. I'm talking sectionals. I'm talking recliners. Everything's on sale at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. By the way, free delivery.
Whether it's an awesome Tempur-Pedic mattress, whether it's a couch or a love seat, our friends down in Columbus at Thompson Furniture and Mattress, they've got you covered. Spencer and the gang, family owned and operated since 1927, still offering free delivery and setup if you live within 75 miles of their store. These guys support what we do,
So next time you need something, take care of these guys. Thompson Furniture and Mattress. ThompsonFurniture.net. Stop by their store in Columbus and tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Are you thinking this year I want to look and feel better and get my hair back? We Grow Hair Indy can help you do just that. I'm Rob, and I got my hair back at We Grow Hair Indy. Here's Darren Andrews, clinic director, to tell you why I chose them.
For nearly 20 years, we've helped thousands of clients grow their hair back, and we can help you. We're one of only 2 places in the entire country to offer the ARTIS robotic FUE and multi-unit hair grafting.
I got multi-unit hair grafting. I love the results and cannot believe how much hair I got back. I can't recommend them enough. Call right now, 317-522-2995 for a free evaluation. Great technology, great company, great people, great results. Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com, see my results, and call 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Don't you want to say, I got my hair back?
The new year is here. Time for change. Start a recession-resistant new career in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, and AI with My Computer Career in just months. Already in IT? Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers nationwide are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Make this your year. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings, plus free home delivery with any base. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus. Smooth, flavorful, and crafted for those who appreciate the finer things in life.
Available at any Ale Emporium location. Must be 21 to purchase.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Give family a call for your family maintenance plan, 317-577-8077. Maintenance is crucial.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Addiction. It's hard on those who struggle with it, but those who love the addict need support too. Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick provide help and hope with Supporting Sobriety. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and on WIBC.com.
Matt Baer has a look at the roads.
All right, Eastsiders, we have a crash. It's eastbound 70 before Mithofer Road. That's after the Post Road exit. And right now, 2 right lanes are closed. We're getting a better look at this. In front of a car is pinned underneath a semi-trailer. Right now, a wrecker is on scene. We know there was at least one injury, and traffic right now is stopped back to Shadeland Avenue for a delay time of 38 minutes. I'm skipping the mess and using Washington Street to US 40 instead, and then you can pick out Mount Comfort Road. East side northbound 465 stop and go Penn Pike up to East 56th Street. Inbound 69 stop and go traffic from 96 down to 82nd. That's an 18-minute delay to make that stretch. Inbound 65 stop and go 29th down to West. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
45 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
Right now,
Hammer and Nigel present
beer sample.
Fry.
I got some beers. Let's drink them, huh?
Beers on sale, people. Come down, get you some.
Yeah, we're brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress down in Columbus. I heard a rumor that Spencer and his brother Nick and some of the other Good time party boys down there at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus are coming up here in a couple of weeks to do a live beer bong in studio. Since they are the sponsors, they pay for this segment. They pay for the beers that we sample on this segment.
It's Spencer's birthday today, I believe.
And happy birthday to Spencer Thompson, man. Really good friends of the show. Thank you so much for this segment. I'm going to hand you something here, kind of, I don't know, relevant, although I don't think this really has anything to do with the actual person that's named on this can. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Elvis Juice.
Elvis Juice. Elvis, I believe would have been 90 this month, correct?
January 8th, 1935 was the King's birthday.
Wow, okay.
So last week, he would have been 90 had he still been with us, which is pretty much the average age of a U.S. senator, I believe.
Can I just tell you one thing real quick? I know more about Dave the King Wilson's Elvis impression. First with the Bob and Tom show, and then he had his own show here on WIBC for a long time. Dave the King Wilson, long-time staple, personality, comedian here in Indianapolis.
Sure.
Had done a long time. The King.
Man, that's his damn name. Dave the King Wilson.
Well, I know about him, more of him as Elvis than I do the actual Elvis. I'm not a big Elvis fan.
Your knowledge of music is pretty much all those bands who have had lead singers kill themselves from the 90s. Other than those guys, you don't know crap.
Very accurate. Although, when we're talking about big-time singers dying, Elvis is on that list as well.
That's right. Final concert, Market Square Arena. My grandma was there. She passed down the ticket stub to me. I've got the ticket stub at home.
Elvis Juice, grapefruit-infused IPA, Brewdog Brewery, brewed in Ohio, although I believe Brewdog started in Scotland. But
you know damn well Elvis wasn't having any grape juice.
That's way...
way too healthy.
Way too healthy.
This is good, though.
I'm not really a big grapefruit fan, but this is pretty good.
I do like
this
a good
is
grapefruit.
Not bad.
I'm good with it.
Brewdog Brewery, Elvis Juice here on a Beer Sample Friday.
So here in just a little bit, we've got another hour in the Hammer and Nigel show. And then I got to get my fat butt up to the FEC, Fisher's Event Center. I'm the MC, the PA hype guy tonight for the Indy Fuel.
Right on.
So that's coming up in a little bit. But we got more Hammer and Nigel coming up. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, at this point, I am trusting no one except for American Standard Heating and Air with my equipment to keep my house warm. If it's not an American Standard dealer, if it's not American Standard equipment, I don't want it. Here's Hammer to tell you about one of those awesome local independent American Standard dealers in Central Indy.
How about Family Heating and Air, the Morris family and their staff ready to take care of you for this nasty winter weather. You could call Rachel, Marcus, or Malia today to make sure that furnace is safe and ready to rock for these cold, cold nights. Family Heating and Air always encourages you to call them for a free second opinion. So if you've already got a quote from another company and something doesn't look right, you could call Family because nobody takes care of you like family. Ask about indoor air quality when you call 317-577-8077. Family Heating and Air, 577-8077. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
The holidays are over, and the new year is here, making